Welcome to the Sunset Honda pregame show. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me tonight, my partner in crime, Stephen Hodges. And Stephen, first thing, let's get this technical thing fixed. You are hot. I'm hot in my speaker, my headphones. There we go. All better. Sound like I'm screaming at myself.
Well, I tell you what, if you were coming hot through the speakerphone, it might be the only thing coming in hot. A little bit chilly night tonight. Going to be high 40s, low 50s from the feeling of it. I'm not sure if that's actually what it is. I've got my weather monitor on me, but I need to reach into my coat, pull it out. But it is a cool one tonight. It actually feels a little bit more blustery than Montana, where I was last week. Well, Mission Prep was on a bye through the first round of the playoffs.
Mission. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. This is a Sunset Honda pregame show. We're going to work out a few technical difficulties, and we'll be right back.
Experience car buying made easy at Sunset Honda.
Like Sunset Honda's MPG upgrade with huge savings on fuel-efficient vehicles.
Right now, take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months on select new Hondas. Or take $2,000 off every new Passport and Pilot. Or $3,000 off select new Ridgelines.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Trade in your gas guzzler and get $1,000 over Blue Book from the start.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com. Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
And welcome back to the Mission Prep pregame show. And we have still technical difficulties. We have the old score up from last week's game. And Stephen's helping getting some firewall going, some Wi-Fi going here. We're going to keep this show rolling. Mission Prep Royals coming in as the #1 seed in Division 3. And the Arroyo Grande Eagles in the second round matchup come in as the #9 seed. They knocked off the Chavez Titans out of Delano in the first round on the road, 27-7 for the win to get here tonight. And this is the second matchup of the season for the Royals and the Eagles, as the Royals took the first matchup in what has been determined modern times in football. Stephen, if you're coming back in with me here, happened just a few weeks ago in the Mountain League, and it was a 41-35 win for the Mission Prep Royals in that matchup.
3 weeks, 6 days ago to be exact, and that is a kind of a weird factor here tonight. It's a Thursday night. If you're not catching us live, it's tomorrow's Veterans Day. CIF Central Section taking the day off. As a result, this is going to be a rematch of these two teams on an off-numbered kind of caliber, canter, whatever you want to say there. As far as things go, I wouldn't necessarily call this a rematch. In football, when teams play each other again, a lot of things get fixed. A lot of changes happen. Last time these two teams played, it is a little bit of a sloppy affair for the Eagles. Drake Missamore, their quarterback, had 3 interceptions. Most of their offense came through special teams play, something that you don't typically want to rely on as a steady standby. It's a great sign of a well-coached team that they're able to find that third phase of the game and make big things happen, particularly through Caleb Clark, the returner there, had 180 yards of kick return yards, 2 touchdowns as AG bringing the flag out onto the field here. You sit there, and if you've ever watched game film with a coach, it almost sounds like they're kicking themselves the entire time. It's, we should have done this better, should have done that better. There's a lot of things you can tune up from game to game. I expect this game to be totally different from the first time they played, because if you know what a team's going to do, you can adjust for it. And so as a team coming back, it's tough. You don't want to over-adjust and lose what got you the win in the first place. You don't want to under-adjust and have them adjust against you and find the solution. So it's tough to beat a team twice when it comes to football. So that's what the Royals are up against here, is finding a way to win twice against a team that's one of the best on the Central Coast.
And Stephen, one thing that I want to jump out here, started off with a huge misfire to start the show, and it's not, I'll take the blame. And Mercedes-Benz is our pregame sponsor. A lot different than the other sponsor I mentioned, but they are our halftime sponsor, the other sponsor. So I want to thank Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo. They are the place to go. If you're looking for the top Mercedes-Benz models offered, check out Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo. They can get it done for you in finding the right model to get you into. And tonight's warm-ups, that is, for these athletes who need to get warm for this contest, is presented by Kennedy Club Fitness, year after year, keeping San Luis Obispo healthy, fit, and ready to go, because we're ready to go here. The march is underway for the Royals.
One of the great traditions here at Mission Prep, taking that walk along Palm Street, turning onto Pomo, and coming into the facility from the opposite side from where the locker room is. It's a bit of a long thing, but one of the great things that Mission Prep's going to have through the rest of the year until they potentially go to a state bowl, as they are the #1 seed in this Division 4 bracket. They are going to be, Division 3 bracket. They are base Division 4. They're going to be hosting whatever team comes forward for as long as that lasts. Of course, AG going to have a little bit of a say in that, as they're coming in here hoping to knock the Royals out.
And the Royals looking to get all the way through these playoffs. They want that championship game that, they missed out on the league championship. And I was hanging out with the coaches after the game, talking to them, and they're like, that was just one step in the process of what we want to accomplish this season. And just because we didn't accomplish that one step doesn't mean this season's done. We have bigger goals, and they want to get to the section championship game in Division 3. They want to win it. They want to get to the state playoffs. They want to, they want to take it all the way to the state championship game.
Well, you take a look at what Mission Prep did in that game. There was a lot of positive to be taken away from there. The fact that Mission Prep, coming in as a first-year contender in the Mountain League. Sorry, a little chilly tonight. I'm losing some of my footing. In the first-year competitor in the Mountain League, were able to get into that championship game against St. Joe. Huge step forward. The fact that they were competitive, came out of the gate swinging, were up by 14 at the start of that game, is a lot of big signs for Mission Prep going forward. But as you said, the goal right now, wash that away, come back and compete in this Division 3 bracket. This is a bracket they are the top team in. That means they have a target on their back. Everyone is going to be coming for them. There's no easy games. There haven't been particularly on this schedule. Mission's got to come out focused, even against a team that they've beaten once. And as I said before, that's not necessarily making this game easier, knowing that you've beaten them once, because they know that they lost once.
And both teams coming in tonight ready to roll. The Royals come in 7-3 overall, 6-1 in the Mountain League. They finished second in that Mountain League. And the Eagles come in with a one-game winning streak. They are 5-6 on the year, 3-4. They finished in the Mountain League. They finished 5th in the Mountain League. And the one fact I want to throw out about this game, and it's a small fact, because I always like to look at the numbers. And this number I don't think is going to change anything tonight. No jinxing here. And that is, this is Coach Schuster's 60th game as head coach of the Mission Prep Royals.
And he's been very successful in his time here as the Mission Prep Royals. This is, this only the second time that AG and Mission play each other in what I'm going to call the Jordan Hissay Classic, as of course she lived in AG, went to Mission Prep, has the 3rd fastest marathon time of any woman in American history. What Schuster's done has been fantastic here. Winning that first game against AG was something that was not considered particularly in the cards. Even coming into this year, going historically, it's a little bit of a crazy thing. Mission's always been the lowest division of play when they've been playing 11-man ball. They played in the Northern League. They played as an independent. They are successful on and off, but it was on a sliding scale. There's no sliding scale tonight. This is the highest level of action happening on the Central Coast outside of St. Joe, who's currently on the road against Liberty in Bakersfield.
And that's going to be a tough matchup in Division 1 for the St. Joseph Knights, as we've had our coin flip at center field. And the Eagles have chosen to receive the opening kickoff, and the Royals will be kicking from right to left. So the Royals get the ball to start the second half, Stephen. which is always a good thing to have in your back pocket when you're going into the break, no matter what the score is.
But I like this move for Arroyo Grande. You look at Arroyo Grande and where they found success against the Royals last time they played is on special teams, is through that kick return. Getting those kick return touchdowns was a vital part of keeping them in that game and making it a 6-point game at the end of the day. I like them taking the kickoff here and having a chance to start with a spark.
And we'll be right back.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice Prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Parkway off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you.
Hi, this is John Villa with Villa Automotive.
Someday,
and that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Villa Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Villa Auto Body and Collision Repair, and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Welcome back to the CIF Central Section Division 3 playoffs. And I realize that that's the wrong playoff schedule right there in front of me. that's Division 5. So we're going to scrap that one. I have the right one somewhere.
Let's see. Did you give it to me? There you go.
I gave it to you, but
Yeah.
we have it. So this Division 3 matchup between the number 1 seed Mission Prep Royals and the number 9 seed Arroyo Grande Eagles getting ready to take off. Royals kicking off to the Eagles in this, as I've billed, number 2 matchup. As if it was a heavyweight fight here on the Central Coast tonight.
Well, guaranteed to not be a trilogy fight as far as this year's concerned. So right now, the Eagles going to be getting the ball. They've already proven to do something that very few teams in the Central Section have done. They started the first round with an upset. There's very few upsets in this first round. The computers very heavily favoring the home seeds. And going on the road, winning, never an easy thing to do, even when it's close like this. AG packed the stands on their side, but Mission Prep making themselves known here at home.
Arroyo Grande's head coach is Mike Hartman in his 6th season. He also offers himself as the offensive coordinator. His defensive coordinator is Trevor Coville. Mission Prep is coached by head coach David Schuster. He is also the offensive coordinator, and his defensive coordinator is Doug May.
Interesting adjustment. Looks like Clark is there on the far right side. Caleb Clark, number 85. So seeing a bit of a different approach here from Max Hanchett as he adjusts his stance to make sure he's not kicking towards Caleb Clark.
And Clark only in his 6th game on varsity as a freshman. And Kopchu with the return out to around the 36-yard line. That's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And we are underway here at Royal Stadium in downtown San Luis Obispo.
George Kardashian getting in there and causing that tackle, slips off his block and prevents the big return. Is a one-on-one situation. If he had let himself just get blocked out of that play, that's for sure another bad kickoff cover for the Royals. So good job getting off his block, forcing that tackle.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line for the Eagles. Mizamore in the backfield, takes the shotgun snap, hands off to the back, and gains a few yards up the middle with the wiggle. And that's a short gain for, number 25 there.
Yeah, that's Junior Hurley.
Hurley. Hand off to Hurley once again. And he comes up short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Eagles. They are spotted at the 45-yard line, trying to get to the 46. Hurley in the backfield with Mizamore. Hands off once again, takes a straight shot between the tackle and the guard on the left side, and gains enough for the 1st down.
This is the way that the AG Eagles like to run their offense. They like to have this tempo when they can afford it. It's something you don't see a lot of in the high school ranks, but you see a lot at the next level.
Junior Hurley, takes the fake out to Clark now with the pass out on the right side. And Caleb Clark gains 4 yards before he's taken to the ground.
Lopez there with the tackle. He's been doing a great job, has already, I think that's his 3rd tackle of the night. He's getting around the hips. He's not giving a chance for the guys to slip out. He's really containing that center of gravity and bringing it to the ground.
Mizamore hands off to Hurley, and he pushes his way forward out across the forward 40 of the Royals, and that's going to be an Eagles 1st down.
Due to the tempo of this offense, it's a fairly simple offense, but you got to be ready for what's coming to you, and that's how AG is going to win, is they're going to find those weaknesses.
Hurley with the handoff once again, finds some room up the middle, and that's another 1st down, and we have some laundry coming on the field.
Late flag coming from the back, Judge. It looks like it's going to be on this tackle, so likely going to be tacked on at the end here. Indeed, it's face mask against the Royals. So that's going to add on another 15 yards to this and get them pretty close. Only a 5-yard mark off there, but still damaging for the Royals. They're already knocking on the red zone of the Eagles, so Mission got to do a better job getting a clean tackle there.
Hurley taken down in the backfield. Connor Lopez leading that charge. Mario.
That'd be David Lorera coming straight through the middle
of the my game tonight. Oh my goodness, let's do this.
Through the middle of the formation, just blasting the A-gap as the Mike linebacker. You don't always get that A-gap fire from the Mike position, but David Lorera is such a big body that once he gets going through there, there's not a lot you can do to stop him. He gets a clean tackle for loss.
2nd and 12. Look into the sideline. Mizamore. Looking a little confused. Keeps it himself on the fake. Spins his way through the line. Gains about 7.
I'm not sure if that was a quick fake or if it was an actual zone read, but either way, using the movement of Hurley out to the outside to open up that middle area, and that's just a quick push for Mizamore.
Stacked up receivers on the outside on the right. Hand off to Hurley. And he spins forward, trying to get to the 1st down marker. Breaks into the red zone. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line of the Royals.
And they're waiting to see where the official spot is before making a decision here, because 1st and 10 versus 4th down, they're going for it on 4th down.
Double stacked receivers on each side. Mizamore and Hurley looking to the sideline once again. Hurley Mizamore with the fake to Hurley, and Mizamore gets the 1st down for the Eagles.
Tell you what, if you're a big, slow sports fan, you're going to be watching the Cal Poly game on Saturday, you're going to see a lot of this. This was a straight zone read. He was watching Mario Lorera the whole way, Mario Ware dedicated inside. He popped outside. Well-run zone read there.
And handoff faked. Missamore keeps it himself once again. Now inside the 5, the Eagles are.
So the way you combat this as a defense, you might be saying, how do you keep, 2 different runners checked in? You just say, hey, you know what? Like a normal defense, you have this guy, and you have to trust that your defenders are going to get out there and make the tackle.
Ball spotted on the 2-yard line. Missamore keeps it himself. We have a rugby scrum and not able to get across the goal line down to the 1-yard line, Missamore.
And this is where the zone kind of read option plays can have some issues, is when you get down to the red zone and you don't have that threat of a pass. So we'll see if they even fake going through the air here to keep the defense honest.
Drake Missamore in the backfield with Junior Herlihy. And Missamore keeping it himself, diving forward. And the signal comes from the officials, touchdown Eagles. And the Eagles are the first to strike tonight. 6 points on the board as we await the extra point from the kicker.
Well, we knew something like this was in the cards when AG emphatically wanted the kick. They wanted to come out and march down the field. This is exactly how they wanted to start the game. Either this or maybe a special teams touchdown like we saw in the last game. But just a very good job with Missamore doing the zone read, realizing that the outside that's almost blocked. Realizing the outside option wasn't there, going right back up the forward and using Herlihy as a blocker, pushing it into the end zone. Just a well-run play by the Eagles as the Royals officially start this one out 7 points down.
And the kick up and good for Josue Lopez Ramirez. The hold on that was Drake Missamore. And it is a 7-0 lead for the Eagles with 7:10 left on the clock in the first quarter. And what do the Royals have to do now to get back into this one as they take the ball for the first time?
Well, this is going to be their first chance getting the ball, so it's going to be a real interesting, it's not a must-score possession, but they at least need to test what's changed in this Eagles defense. As I said, when you have a rematch like this in football, a lot of thought goes into what could we have done better. Because you take those lessons going forward, whether you're going to play that team again or not. You don't typically schedule the same team twice. So a lot of things are going to have changed on this Eagles defense. The last time the Royals played the Eagles, a lot of yardage to J.J. Howard, a lot of yardage to Drew Harrigan. So are we going to see a lot of that same ground and pound then throw over the top, or are we going to see a little bit of a change of pace, anticipating that the Eagles have prepared for what was their poison last time?
And Lopez Ramirez with the kick. And Kardashian with it, hits his own man, Isaac Townsend, and gets tangled up at the 35-yard line. Not exactly the way that play was designed, but decent field position to start this first drive at the 35-yard line.
And they're expecting it to go to one of their return backs, and luckily the up back, George Kardashian, returned kicks on the JV team back when he was an underclassman. So used to getting the ball in his hands, used to finding those holes, and was able to get a pretty decent return all told, considering he didn't have the same blocking that one of the full-on return backs would have had.
Drew Harrigan in the backfield as Colby White takes a snap under center, hands it to Isaac Townsend, and quickly moves forward for a good 8-yard gain. And the Royals are off to the races.
Looks like that is just right off Gabe Rodriguez and Sean Rivas' blocks. When you can hand the ball off to your fullback and get that big of a gain on first down, some of it was just catching the Eagles off guard, but a lot of it, good execution up front.
Cole Tanner in the backfield with Drew Harrigan. Colby White under center. Hands off to Harrigan this time. Harrigan tripped up at the line, but gains enough for the first down, and that's a Mountain Air first down.
Jacob Ngalo with the tackle there. He's one of their leading tacklers, 107 tackles on the year now as he jumps up and down coming away from that one with a little bit of a snag tackle. He's a major force despite being a smaller defensive back. He gets his hands on guys and doesn't let go.
1st and 10 for the Royals. Ball spotted at the 48 of their own. 2 yards to midfield. Hand off to Harrigan once again. Harrigan turns the corner, turns back, trying to find a wiggle room and only gains about a yard before he hits the turf. And they're now lined up on the M at the center field.
They're trying to push that stretch play out to the outside, and Lucas Zolonik, they're busting up the play. Even though he only got a hand on Drew Harrigan and forced him back inside, it blew up the entire stretch play. Just a good job by the outside linebacker.
And we have a shift into a tight formation from the Royals. Shotgun snap, handoff to J.J. Howard, and Howard across the 40, across the 30, and he hits the turf on the 30-yard line. A big gain for the senior wide receiver.
And a bit of a cloverleaf formation in the backfield to start that one out. And when you're looking at those three backs, you've got Cole Tanner, you've got Drew Harrigan, and J.J. Howard to pick your poison. Of all guys you don't want to see getting the ball in their hands, J.J. Howard gets on the quick sweep play, makes a big play happen.
Isaac Townsend back in the backfield with Drew Harrigan. Harrigan takes the handoff, drills forward, taken to the turf by Jacob Angelo.
And you're seeing why he leads the team in tackles right there. He came from the backside and just chased down the giant back Drew Harrigan and was able to pull him down. Again, a little bit of a size disadvantage. Doesn't bother him at all. He's making the most of what he has. That's what you want to see when you start talking about guys on defenses. You really want those people that are going to chase down the ball no matter where they start, no matter what the size disadvantage is.
White under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right side. Pressure coming. And Townsend with the completed pass before he's immediately brought down. No positive yardage after the catch. And the time, 4:13, 7-0 our score. Royals in the red zone, sniffing.
And this game, the last time it was played, was a very high-scoring affair, so this is no surprise. And we've already seen both Drew Harrigan and J.J. Howard get very heavily involved. J.J. Howard had a wonderful night the last time these teams played, so I expect him to be a target here in the red zone.
1st and 10, following the pass to Townsend. And Townsend again with the ball, pushing forward across the 15 for about a 3-yard pickup.
Well, third touch of the drive for the fullback. Fullbacks aren't usually back there for their ability to carry the ball. They're there because they can block well and, generally move the pile forward. But Townsend very capable in his own right of pushing that pile forward and getting the ball in his gut and making catches, as we've seen on this drive.
2 receivers to his right, 2 backs in the backfield, tight end set. White looking to throw, going to keep it himself, and goes right up the middle before he's brought down. And he's brought down at the 10-yard line. And it is 3rd down and 4 for the Royals, trying to get down to the 6-yard line.
And that's a good pull there by Colby White. You look downfield as a 1 or 2 read type of setup where, hey, this guy's not open, that guy's not open. That means that he's got to call his own number and push the pile forward. You don't want to throw an interception while you're in the red zone.
The Via Automotive first quarter, we want to appreciate their sponsorship. Hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan, reverse step, flag right into the pile. And we'll wait this call as the rugby scrum gets cleaned up.
Well, going back to the ground there. That's how much faith this team has in Drew Harrigan. And they're going to call a hold against the Royals here. Going to move them well back. That yardage is going to be painful too, as this is hard to gain yardage down near the goal line. And that, just to go back to Drew Harrigan there, that's how much they trust him. It's 3rd down and medium. They're not going to the air. They're not trying anything fancy. They're going back to that power run with their power back. And that's what you want to see from a guy. You're late in the season. These are the games that count. And still, we're going to go power run down on 3rd down and give our guy the best shot he's got.
And checking in for Townsend is David Luera. As Colby White comes in from the sideline with the call.
Yeah, sign that you're going with a 2 tight end set and with no fullback, and that's exactly what we see here.
Shotgun position for White. He steps back, throws over the middle, Pass complete. And David Loera, the man who comes in, is the man who catches the ball. And that is a Mountain Air first down for the Royals.
Last time these teams took the field is Mario Loera catching a touchdown catch to open up scoring against St. Joseph. Here it's David Loera making the catch down near the goal line, just a hair shy of getting that touchdown in, and it would have been the first touchdown of the year for David Loera.
First and goal from the 2. Drew Harrigan in the backfield with Kobe White. Shotgun snap, and we have a whistle. And the flag. I believe that was offsides?
False start.
False start.
There you go. And
I couldn't see his hands. He's moving them so slow and cold.
First time watching the Royals this year. Well, they do a unique way of getting into their stance, and sometimes they rock a little bit getting into it, and that must have been what it is because I didn't see a jump.
Drew Harrigan with the handoff from the 2, and he high steps it in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Royals. And all season long, every touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage to help you find the right mortgage for your needs out of beautiful Paso Robles.
Drew Harrigan just following the pulling guard and finding that open lane, just going behind the guard straight into the end zone, diving in and getting into the end zone. That's what you need if you're the Royals. Answering back here early, making sure you don't end up in a hole against the Eagles because they are the type of team that can start scoring in bunches, and the Eagles here are going to have to work to get that lead back. Mackey Sanchin in for the point after.
And the point after off the shoe, up and good. And we are tied up 7-7 with 1:07 left on the frame. And that was Drew Harrigan's 17th touchdown carry of the season, first of the postseason.
Well, they're making big plays when they count. Even though they got held back a couple times, they had a 5-yard false start, 10-yard holding call. They got marched back by their own mistakes. They overcame them and still kept the chains going. Got all the way down to the end zone for a touchdown. What a drive by the Royals. And it took a lot of different players to make it happen, including guys we're not used to seeing be those clutch performers like David Loera and Isaac Townsend. So the Royals clearly having a lot left in their bag of tricks, especially when you talk, that sweet play to J.J. Howard. What an opening frame for this this classic game between two local teams.
And it's time for the Sunday Car Wash kickoff. If you're watching in the stadium, get on your feet because we're about to get this one booted away. Max Hanchett sets the ball. Well, it looks like he set the ball, fell over. Unless he's going to boot it off the ground.
I think he's waiting for the sign for the official to go back to the ball. There is a play clock on the kickoff, even though oftentimes they're not whistling for it. And when the ball falls off the tee, it gets reset.
And we get ready for the Sunday kickoff. Clark back to receive this one, I believe, for the...
It's going to be Clark, Butler, and one other that I can't quite read.
Really, he is the last one. And Butler takes it this time, trying to find some room up the left side. And Cole Tanner with the tackle as Butler loses his lid. And that kickoff brought to you by Sunday Car Wash, open in downtown San Luis Obispo.
Brandon Butler is one of those captains on this team. He's a junior, and he plays every phase of the game, offense, defense, special teams, and he excels on a lot of it. He's part of this defensive backcourt that has 12 interceptions across 3 players evenly split. It's rare that you get one guy that's getting 3 interceptions a year consistently. Nonetheless, as many as the Eagles have this year, they're a defensive core that's astounding. They're hard to throw against.
Mizamore in the backfield. And the handoff to Walls. Ben Walls is the new back this time on this series and drive.
Walls not as many carries as Hurley, but still a very good rushing average. Averages 6.2 yards per carry. He's got 7 touchdowns on the year. Got 489 yards off 79 carries. Now he's up to 80.
Get a little direction from Mizamore as Mizamore takes the snap. And Walls breaking the walls down like Chris Jericho. Pushing forward, coming up just a hair short of the first down stick.
I like the exaggerated step on the counter action there. Basically, he wants the defensive backs and the linebackers to start flowing to the left so that the room opens up on the right, looking from the defensive perspective. That exaggerated step helps a lot with that, even though it's not, a juke or anything fancy. It's a great way to start the play.
Junior Hurley, he back in the backfield once again with the quarterback, Drake Mizamore, and not able to get across the first down stick is Hurley, as we have a timeout on the field. And we'll take the timeout with him. Mission Prep football rolls on here on the Central Coast.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than 4 walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550. A proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
Welcome back to Mission Prep football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. This is the presentation of the CIF Central Section Division III second round playoffs between the number 1 seed Mission Prep Royals and the number 9 seed Arroyo Grande Eagles. And that's the end of the first quarter as we're in second quarter action. It is 4th and goal, or 4th and a hairline for the Eagles, and the Royals come up big with the stop, pushing Mizamore back.
It's Connor Lopez with the big tackle for loss there. Before that, it was David Luera combined with Gabe Almada. What a stand by the Royals, not giving up an inch when they were backed up against the back stick on 3rd down and then 4th down. Huge stop for Mission Prep. It's going to give them amazing field position against a team that likes to move the ball. That is very hard to do. And now Mission looking to strike.
That was a gamble to not pay off for Mike Hartman. And it leaves it to his defensive coordinator to get the stop now as the Royals look to go up here in the second quarter. Claps his hands, takes a snap, looks to deliver a pass into the corner. J.J. Howard with the touchdown. Royals! A 44-yard pass between Howard and White.
If you're looking for J.J. Howard, it's too late. He's already passed it. You can't stop J.J. Colby White throws an absolute beauty of a pass. It's right in the breadbasket of number 11, J.J. Howard. He's going to be playing basketball at University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, but he's making the most of his football career here in Royal Blue. What a play by the Royals to strike with their first play from scrimmage on their second drive.
The hold by Colby White. The kick by Match Hanchett. Up and good off the shoe. And that lead is now 7 between the Royals and the Eagles. The Royals up 14-7 over their Mountain League foe here in Division III playoffs.
Tell you what, it's probably not a school night tonight for most of the people out here. Tomorrow's Veterans Day, but it definitely feels like a holiday atmosphere here right now. People are getting loud. It is a big-time game. In fact, we already had some people complain from Farmers Market going on down the road here in downtown San Luis Obispo. This is an electric atmosphere, and you're missing out. Hopefully, one of these teams will be hosting next week so we can keep this going on the Central Coast.
And that is 14 unanswered points scored by the Mission Prep Royals as they're getting prepared to kick off left to right. And we got some POD playing now. Here comes the boom. So here comes the boom. Let's bring the boomstick out. And is our farmer market party still going on, complaining? Nope, they're gone.
Well, right now, yeah.
Go ahead.
Eagles are going to get the ball back. Last time they had the ball, it was a turnover on downs in their own territory. So that may be a little bit of a troubling sign. As the first drive, they were moving the ball quite well. Only required 1 4th down conversion there.
Oh. And that's not going to be a good field position as the ball sails through the fingertips of Brett Pinkerton over on the far sidelines.
No, and once you touch that ball, it's a live ball, so no illegal kick situation where you can get that fresh yardage and get all the way up to the 35. No, once you touch it, it bounces out. You got to accept that spot, and that spot is well deep in their own territory. Not the start they wanted, as special teams, as I've been saying all night, was an emphasis in the last game. Here, the Eagles not getting the benefit of the doubt, not getting that third phase of the game in their favor so far.
J.J. Howard out on defense, lined up in the corner. And Missamore throws out to the far side. Pass completed to Clark, and Clark taken down quickly.
They've had these stacked wide receivers on the outside all night, and the idea is to empty out that box a little bit for running primarily, but also it sets up a beautiful screenplay to either side, and because it's so mirrored, it makes it very hard to tell which way the ball's going to go.
Hurley with a nice hurdle, and Connor Lopez with the tackle on that one, and coming up just short of the first down. That brings up a 3rd down and 1 for the Eagles. Back in the same kind of territory they started in. They ended in their last drive. Missamore looking to throw a pass, and Butler keeps the reception from hitting the ground. Pass complete, moving the sticks to the 41-yard line.
Just barely. He let that come all the way into his body, and that allowed the ball to bounce back out. When the ball's a little bit colder like this, the ball's going to be a lot more lively as you're tensing those muscles. It's going to move around a lot more. He's got to catch it with his hands.
Butler in motion, takes the handoff on the sweep. Flag at the line of scrimmage. Butler turns the corner outside the 40, and that the number of 40, and plenty of laundry going around, including laundry in front of Coach Schuster.
Well, we'll see what this is here as he's taking his time to walk it out. I think with the whistles at the end there, it's going to make it a little bit more complicated. Get the correct call. Chop block against Arroyo Grande, legal block below the waist, and another call coming afterwards, which is a sideline warning against the Eagles as well. So both calls against the Eagles, only one's a actual infraction, that being the legal block below the waist. The other one a warning. If we see the flag come out again on the sideline infraction, it will be a penalty then.
So the Eagles push back to a, what down is this? I'm looking for the.
Should remain 1st down.
There it is, 1st down. I was looking for the 1st down marker on the sideline. There's so many camouflage items over there that took me a moment to find it.
Actually, say 1st and 20 is 10-yard penalty.
1st and 25. And stopped at the line, just across the line of scrimmage. And David Luer on the stop. Ball now at the 30-yard line. The original 1st down was at the 41. So they got some distance to travel. Missamore takes a snap, looking to throw this one. Pocket collapsing. Townsend gets to him. The pass is thrown as Connor Lopez goes up like Jordan.
Hurley with a beautiful catch there. Sprawled his hand out and made the one-handed grab. And people are going to look at that and say, oh, you know, it's so easy to make those catches with gloves like that. Those gloves were not why he made that catch. That is just a beautiful display of athleticism and a heads-up play by Hurley.
Missamore with Hurley in the backfield. Spread receivers on his right, stacked receivers on his left. Eagles taking their time at the line. Royals with 6 in the box. Townsend bringing the pressure. He wants the sack. forcing Mizamore out of the pocket. And we have a flag back in the backfield. Odds are holding on the offense. And Kardashian making the stop on the far side of the field.
Interesting call to call by the line of scrimmage. Give me a face mask against the Royals. Must have been something that is happening along the line of scrimmage to break a block, something like that. But that's probably going to be enforced because that's going to be 15 yards, whereas the pass was only about 13. Wait, they're moving it 5 on that?
And they're doing a 5-yard pass. Second time we've seen a 5-yard face mask in here tonight. So it's not unusual.
Well, a 5-yard face mask is incidental. To throw that on the line of scrimmage is a unique call. I haven't seen that in a while.
Herlihy in the backfield. The receivers are now spread on both sides. Mizamore looking to throw this one. Towns in there. And still on his feet is Mizamore before he's finally brought down. And Lucas Elmerick with the wrap-up at the feet.
Well, Kyle Hawk with the one at the feet, and then Elmerick came over the top of it to finish that off. Definition of a split sack there. One going low, one going high. And this is going to be the first punt of the night. This is coming on the 3rd, 4th down for the Eagles. They converted the first, second one got stuffed, and now this is just a bridge too far. And I think that accepted face mask, they're expecting an automatic first down. That might be the difference in this drive.
Pressure brought by the Royals. And Cole Tanner's just going to let this one bounce away. And good field position for the Royals here as they get it inside the 25-yard line.
Just a big boot there by the kicker. You know, look at, I believe that is, Josue Lopez Ramirez. He's one of the best kickers on the Central Coast, and this has been somewhat of a kicking factory here for the Arroyo Grande Eagles. Washington State kicker Colton Thieker came from Arroyo Grande, so Division I kickers coming out of here. Josue Lopez Ramirez hopes to be the next one.
You know, when I think of Arroyo Grande, I think of it as the kicking capital of the Central Coast. They've had a couple before that too.
I mean, as far as football goes, you're not wrong. However, as far as soccer goes, I think both Santa Maria and SLO would like some words.
Yeah, we're not talking football. We're talking football. Harrigan with a short gain on first down, turning out across the 25 now. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 4 for the Royals as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Now, of course, Lompokes had MLS kickers come out of their football program, too. A lot of good kickers around the Central Coast. Weirdly, the more I think about it, the more I realize how uniquely gifted this area is for one specific position.
Colby White making sure everybody's lined up. 5 of them in front for the defense. Pass out to the near side, incomplete to Aiden Dolan.
And he's a little bit off of his center line, but that's a catch that you expect him to make, and I'm sure he knows that as well. Aiden Dolan normally pretty sure-handed on those types of routes. We see him make a few catches here and there, and that one just a little bit out of his grasp. He's going to bring up 3rd down.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Royals. Not something they've really faced tonight so far as 3rd downs. As claps hands, takes a snap, hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan breaks loose. One man to beat, and that one man delivers the shot to bring him to the ground, and that is Butler. And the Butler did it on that one.
Yeah, Butler getting an extra little shot there at the end. And Drew Harrigan didn't seem too happy about it, but knew not to look back. If you look back, retaliate, it's only going to make things worse. I love the sportsmanship that's really drilled into players here, and it all starts with Coach Schuster. He's very big on making sure nothing gets said, no fights get started, even chants from the crowd. We've seen Coach Schuster turn around and nip in the bud before things get out of hand.
Claps his hands, takes a snap. White passes out quickly to Tyler Garrett, and Garrett gets across the 45-yard line before Butler gets tied up with him. And then coming in on the stop is Jacob Angulo as well.
Tyler Garrett, not normally the guy that's going to get those kind of dump-off quick screen passes. He's a lot of the deeper perimeter routes, the kind of routes that the wide receivers salivate over. So to see that quick little naked screen and see him get upfield, that's the type of play that will allow him to succeed on and off the field, because those are the character-building routes where you've got to make it happen on your own. No one's there to block for you. It's you with the ball in your hands against the person trying to tackle you.
Colby White lined up in the shotgun. Takes the waist-high snap. Quickly fires out. Pass complete. And Tyler Garrett once again reaches out for the first down. And that's back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back Mountain Air first down. Check them out. Downtown San Luis Obispo. 667 Marsh Street. From the novice to the experienced outdoorsman, they'll get you covered.
You might be wondering, why aren't the Eagles closing down on the Royals right now? Why aren't they trying to defend those shorter routes? And that's what the Royals want. They want the Eagles to come in and stop those shorter routes so they can get those long routes like what we saw from this position the last drive, which was a deep throw to J.J. Howard. The closer those defensive backs get, the more open those deep routes are.
Eagles showing blitz. Hands off to the back. Harrigan quickly tied up in the backfield. And making the stop for the Eagles is Gavin Rash.
Jonathan Aguilar coming off the side on that blitz attempt. He leads the team in sacks, has 3.5 on the year. Is a major force on this Eagles defense. So when you see him coming off the edge, you got to account for him. And he was one that made the initial contact on Drew Harrigan off that edge blitz.
Two receivers for Colby White to his right side. Tyler Garrett, J.J. Howard. Harrigan back in the backfield. Tyler Garrett takes the pass in the backfield, and he's quickly brought to the turf by Aguila.
Angulo just doing a good job getting out the block that J.J. Howard was setting up, and that left Tyler Garrett with no real options. We talked about having that one-on-one situation, and now it's just a stacked deck against Tyler Garrett. Didn't have a good chance to get upfield. Couple good plays in a row by this defense, a lot of it coming from the play calling and even more execution by this defense. They're going to have to finish this out, though. It's 3rd and long. This is what they work so hard to get. They can't let it flush away here.
3rd and long, just beyond the 10 yards of the first down. Pass complete to Howard for the first down, and he's brought down quickly by Brandon Butler, but that's enough for a Mountain Air first down.
J.J. Howard comes off the line, pushes inside as if he's running the post, and then just floats gently out to the outside of the numbers again. And that's where White delivers the ball. Just beautiful route running. I understand he's a great basketball athlete, but it's like I want to see him play more football so badly after this season. And unfortunately, he's just extremely good at basketball as well. And you're going to be able to watch him on Prep Sports Network as we shift gears whenever the season ends here.
White, shotgun snap, steps back to throw, and he chased into the pocket for the pressure, able to get the ball away. Jonathan Aguilar bringing the pressure on Colby White.
Aguilar once again being triggered from that backside. He's coming from what's called the blind side, and it's called because when you're throwing a ball, you have your dominant hand back. Most people right-handed, that means your back is going to be the left side of the line, and that's where Aguilar comes from. He fires off the outside there where quarterbacks aren't really seen, and he just caught White off guard, almost had the sack.
White lined up in the pistol. A flag on the defense is the signal.
And we're going to be offside, just lined up in the neutral zone. That's an ugly penalty to take for the Eagles here. These are supposed to be the hard-to-gain yards. These are where, they really penalize the Royals on their first drive that ended up getting in through just determination. Here they're giving up those yards. This is where you got to be the most disciplined for the defense. This is where you got to force a turnover. If you want to be a hero, it all starts mentally first, and just a mental mistake by the Eagles.
Colby White now stepping under center. J.J. Howard to the right. Tyler Garrett to the left. Isaac Townsend takes the snap. And the ball comes loose. And Colby White jumps on it to save it for the Royals. And it's going to be third down for the Royals. And they've been pretty good on third down so far on this drive.
Well, a big question mark for the Royals here is this 4-down territory? We haven't seen a lot of Max Hanchett's kicks from outside of the red zone. This would be about a 37-yard attempt. That's a big ask for a kicker that has not been tested that much from this distance. So I expect this to be a setup play and then go for it on fourth down if that doesn't convert. But if they go backwards, we could be seeing Max Hanchett.
Howard and Garrett lined up to the right. And here comes the laundry once again. And the offensive jumping, getting a little excited. It's going to push the Royals back beyond the 10-yard marker. It's going to be a third down and 11.
Well, initially some mental mistakes by the Eagles. Now 2 mental mistakes by the Royals back-to-back. A poor handoff from the looks of it, and then a jump in the backfield. Neither things you want to see if you're Mission Prep.
Townsend in the backfield with Harrigan. Harrigan takes the delayed snap and is quickly tied up. Not able to get any traction by Paul Sizemore.
I think that's pretty sure that is Jonathan Aguilar coming off the edge there, but either way, brought down for a loss on the delayed handoff. The delayed handoff, the draw, however you want to call it, that's one of the running back's favorite plays because basically you get the ball in the backfield with all the blocks already set up and you're told figure it out. Well, didn't get a chance to figure it out there. Is just an Eagle getting into the backfield, getting his hands on Harrigan and pulling him to the ground. And this is a very long fourth down, and they're having a long discussion about what they want to do with it as time is winding down here in the first half.
1:56 on the clock and going. Royals lead 14-7. And we have a timeout on the field taken by the Royals. Coach Schuster wants to think this one over, so we're going to let him. We'll be right back.
Feel like eating out, maybe ordering in? Why not try Papa's Thai Cafe, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football. Located right downtown off Monterey and Johnson, open Tuesday to Sunday, Papa Thai's Cafe.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Brian.
Last week I came up with a new quantum measurement when we get close to the goal line and we get close to the goal line and we get close to the goal line and there's really nowhere to go but the end zone.
Zeno's paradox?
No, I call it goal line and a sniff of Grandma's apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Because you really want it, but she's saying you can't have it until it cools down.
You have a mean grandma. My grandma would let me have the apple pie. I mean, you shouldn't eat apple pie before it's ready. You really want the flavors to bloom. You know, that's why you don't eat apple pie before it's ready. But
yeah, that's why. And a waft of Grandma's apple pie. You gotta let it cool down.
Yeah, that's why you gotta make the apple pie before the grandkids get over. You know.
Yeah, my grandma was never prepared. She always flew by the seat of her pants.
Well, we're gonna see how well prepared for a 4th and long the Royals are here. 4th and 12, but they're within striking distance of the end zone. We've seen some long plays to J.J. Howard earlier in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the number being called as they make sure to not break the huddle with 11. That's a pretty clipboard on head, boneheaded mistake, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's a primary receiver on this route.
Luke Terry in on this one. Howard on the near side looking to throw. And it's J.J. Howard coming across the 10. And that is a first down, Royals. And a Mountain Air first down.
What a catch. I'm at a loss for words for how many things just went right. I mean, Colby White going to the ground, doesn't throw a perfect ball, but throws a ball that's still somehow good enough for J.J. Howard to go dive under it and make that catch. The chemistry between these two has been phenomenal, and it's on display there again with both players showing off their athleticism to make the most out of broken plays. That was wonderful.
Tyler Garrett on the near side, Howard on the far side with Luke Terry as well. Single back receiver, single back is Harrigan, and it's a quarterback keeper on the left side, and that is going to be an 11-yard touchdown run by Colby White with 1.11 on the clock.
One Colin, 1-1. A little different than a second left, but
Whatever.
what a keeper. You want to run the zone read? Sure, go ahead and run the zone read. We'll show you how we can run it too. Just keeps that ball, and no one's seen where he's going. Just gets a beautiful, clean walk into the end zone. Colby White gets in there, and he should take a bow. He kept that drive alive and then finished it off with style. Kick is up. Kick is good for Max Hanchett.
Thank you. Max Hanchett on the board. And ones are wild because it was an 11-yard run with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go. Holy smokes.
Talk about running wild, too. I mean, the zone read isn't something that's normally in the Royals' repertoire. They hardly do those quarterback keepers. They did a little bit in the past with different quarterbacks. Mark Rodriguez used to really enjoy running those option plays, ran a lot of veer while he was quarterback here, but not a lot with Colby White. He's got a kind of longer stride. That's not always the best for running those types of plays, but he just carried out the fake so well. And one of the things that made it so convincing was he just kind of walked off as if he didn't have the ball at first and then just hit the gas and got into the end zone. When the Eagles figured out what was happening, it is too late. That is just a beautifully run play.
So it's going to be the kickoff here, the Sunday car wash kickoff. And bringing the boomstick out. The ladder into the press box is officially the ladder of death.
Well, I mean, it's been that way for a while.
We'll have details on that later.
Yeah.
Number 16, Capcho back to return for the Eagles.
Capcho back to return, along with Clark and along with Butler. And that one's going to go out of bounds as it sails over the head of Lucas. Stephen, please help me out on that name.
Zolnik is what I'm going with.
Zolnik, okay.
Yeah, some sort of looks Polish if I had to guess. Right over his head, did the right thing, backed up to make sure it went out of bounds first. We've seen this field act weird with bounces before, so you definitely want to see the ball go out of bounds. And they're going to go for a re-kick here.
I think that's a good idea. You want the field position, and you allow your runners in the backfield to really move that. And as they move everybody else up, possibly looking for a trick kick here.
Well, they're betting on the fact that, hey, he kicked it out of bounds once. We know that they are going for a shallow kick. Maybe he'll do it again. Maybe we're going to just get that free 5 yards of yardage. There's a lot of possibilities here for the AG Eagles as they are packing that front line. Their landmark's a little bit off because it's not the same landmarks as you would 5 yards back on the field. So first making sure no onside, and now they're backing up a little.
Hurley, Butler, Capcho, and Clark back to receive this one deep, if it goes deep. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line now of the Royals on the kickoff. Pushed back 5 yards from the 40. 1 minute and 11 seconds to go here in the second frame. 21-7 is our score. Royals lead. And this kickoff once again takes off, and losing his footing is Clark, but able to get back on his feet. Out to midfield, 35-yard line with 1.3 minutes to go. I'm ruining the clock again, Stephen. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. 63 seconds.
There you go. Much ado about nothing on that kickoff there, as they would have had very similar field position, gained about a yard by having the re-kick. But it was worth a shot. Caleb Clark got the ball in his hands. He's an electric playmaker, only a freshman here at AG, and we've seen the magic that Mike Hartman can do as players develop through the AG system. He's one of the best coaches on the Central Coast, so now we're going to see this high-tempo offense do what it can do.
Footing lost on the field. Intercepted. We're going the other way with the Royals. Luke Terry with the interception. And he's back into Eagles territory. And these Royals are fired up. Luke Terry with a 15-yard return. 52.3 seconds remain.
Luke Terry out there playing defensive back. You hear his name called most frequently as the slot receiver in their lighter sets. He hasn't seen a lot of play tonight as they've been going with 2 tight end sets with only 2 wide receivers, and those wide receivers, Howard and Garrett. So Luke Terry staying in the huddle here, probably earned himself a little bit more playing time on the other side of the ball, but showing off those mittens, just buttery soft hands, getting that interception, returning it well, and the Royals right back in scoring position.
And they get the ball to start the second half. Pass out to Townsend. Townsend delivers a shoulder hit on Sloznick. And they're going to give him the first down as he pushes forward.
Slonic. There we go. I think we heard a little bit better there. As, yeah, you're right. Isaac Townsend just getting that ball in his hands, lowering the shoulder and getting the ball moved forward. Get the ball in the fullback's hands. You know he's going to be a physical runner when he has it. And no disappointment there with Isaac Townsend. Laying the big shoulder, getting the ball out of bounds, stopping the clock, and getting a fresh set of downs. Everything he was asked to do.
2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. White keeps it himself, following the pressure in the pocket. And he's across the 20 into the red zone. And a timeout taken by the Royals. And we'll take the timeout with him. We'll be right back. Royals football rolls on.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than 4 walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
Coming out of the timeout, our score is 21-7, 35.3 seconds on the clock. And the Royals still in the huddle, getting some final last-minute words from the coaching staff. The offensive coordinator for the Royals is the head coach, David Schuster. His quarterback coach is Luke Terry. His assistant head coach is Darnell Harris.
A lot of talented guys on this coaching staff, including Kurt Heineke, who's been doing a fantastic job with the O-line since they made that jump from 8-man. The O-line has been a highlight for this Royals team, point in, point out.
Kobe White looking to throw this one. Deep pass into the corner. Climbing up, not able to keep his hands on it is Terry. And Luke Terry on the ground, quarterback. Selling that rainbow out, and we have a flag on the Royals.
Already signaled holding against the Royals, and it's going to be deep in the backfield. So this is going to be a costly holding. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the 25-yard line, which is about 7 yards in the backfield. So effectively, maybe 17-yard penalty, 15-yard, 25-yard penalty, somewhere in there.
Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. The goal is to get to the 15-yard line for the first down.
Well, and that seems like a tough set of downs, but honestly, their goal is going to be get into the end zone. It's 28 seconds left.
Yes.
They want to just finish this half out. I don't think the downs matter as much as the distance at this point.
So second and goal from the second and 20 from the 35. There we go. Trying to get in the goal. That pass.
Pass intended for Tyler Garrett.
Intended, yes, for Tyler Garrett. And broken up, nearly intercepted.
Brandon Butler, the one there, had drilled and almost turned his one into an eye as he got a dot on the top of it. And that is an in and out of the hand situation that could change the landscape of this game depending on what happens on the next couple downs for the Royals. As Brandon Butler could have gotten that one back for the Eagles and made something really electric happen to finish this half.
And Tyler Garrett just happened to run through Butler in that process and knocking the ball loose as part of not having control of it. saving the interception for his quarterback. And Kobe White only has 4 interceptions on the year. And we have a delay of game on the offense.
And this is a situation where they're trying to be careful, maybe a little bit too careful, as things are moving slowly for the Royals, and it cost them 5 more yards. Now you went from having the ball near the red zone to having the ball closer to midfield. Not ideal for the Royals.
And that's where this drive started, is back at the midfield right around this point. 2 backs in the backfield with Kobe White. White looking to throw this one to the right side. And Howard can't stretch out far enough to get it. And that brings up 4th down with the ball at the 40-yard line. 18.8 seconds to go. And it's 4th and 35.
Well, and this is where you look, if you go for it, you could be giving back some decent field position to Drew Missamore and crew. They're going to be subbing out, looks like Isaac Townsend, so they're going to be lightening up the formation a little bit here, bringing in a wide receiver or a tight end in place of the fullback. But they're in a little bit of trouble. I think we're going to see a timeout called. Yeah, they're taking their time getting that in. It looked like Aiden Dolan was supposed to be running in, didn't get out there in time.
So we'll take the timeout with him, as Coach Schuster wants to make sure everything's in the right order.
Sunday Car Wash is coming to SLO this October. The Car Wash will be taking over Superior Express Wash on Santa Rosa, just off the 101. But they'll be bringing a whole new experience, from new equipment in the tunnel to gifts for your kids and pups every time you visit. Sunday Car Wash is redefining what it means to get your car washed. For more information, visit SundayCarWash.com. Proud supporters of Mission Prep Football.
Welcome back to the press box here. We are in beautiful downtown San Luis Obispo, and the weather machine is out for Stephen. What do we got, Stephen?
Yeah, I got a little curious. We're looking at about 55 degrees, but with the wind chill, it's getting closer to 50 degrees. As the wind chill, let's see, we're getting a good gust right now. I should be able to tell you pretty quick. 5-mile-an-hour winds coming straight across the field towards the cameras as you see it.
So it is 4th and 25. As I stand corrected, I said 35 earlier. 4th and 25. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Correction, 2 to the far side. And Kobe White got some protection, looking to throw this one. Fires the missile. And Luke Terry goes up for it. And that Hail Mary goes nowhere but on the green. And that is a turnover on downs with 8.4 seconds to go for the Eagles. Does Mike Hartman take the knee, go into the locker room and regroup, or does he try one final play here, possibly two, to get his Eagles back in this one?
I think they're just going to play it safe here. If you try and toss the ball deep after the last pass was an interception, I'm not sure you want to roll the dice with there being back-to-back interceptions for a quarterback. You need that confidence to be high going into the second half if you're going to come back into this one. So it looks like it's going to be a quick knee here.
And they do take the knee. So as we go into the break, our score is 21-7 here in the CIF Central Section Division 3 playoffs. The Eagles, the number 1 seed, the Eagles, the number 9 seed, trail the number 1 seed Royals 21-7. And a 15-minute half. We'll be back in just moments.
Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo, with over 25 years of experience and 5 years serving the SLO area. Mercedes-Benz of San Luis Obispo wants to help you get behind the wheel of your next vehicle. So next time you're in the market for a luxury car, keep it local with Mercedes-Benz San Luis Obispo.
Get a head start on your New Year's goals with Kennedy Club Fitness. Locations all over San Luis Obispo County. You've got classes, sauna, steam room, tub, and a heated pool. It's where I work out. It's Kennedy Club Fitness.
California Fresh Market is more than just your local grocery store. A full-service deli featuring premium boar's head meats and cheeses, handmade take-and-bake pizza, fresh salad and olive bar, gourmet cheese department perfect for any occasion, sushi rolled daily, organic and locally sourced produce, wild-caught seafood, choice prime and Snake River Farms American Wagyu beef, artisan sourdough bread, and full-service health and wellness. California Fresh Markets, the best on the Central Coast.
Family is ingrained in the core values of Mission Prep. So when picking cars, why not stay with family? And that means Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Yup, Hyundai Slow, located right on Auto Parkway off of Los Osos Valley Road, keeps it in the family with the Mission Prep familiarity involved. So go check out Hyundai Slow today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. And tell them the Royals sent you.
Hi, this is John Villa with Villa Automotive.
Someday,
And that's my son Tom singing. You can feel a glow when it comes to the way your car looks when you bring it to Villa Auto Body.
I will feel a glow just thinking of you.
From minor dings to major collision repair, we can give your car a like-new showroom look. We can straighten and repair any frame type using ultrasound technology. Our refinish department features paints that exceed factory specifications, and they are applied in our state-of-the-art, environmentally friendly spray booth. Plus, we work hand-in-hand with your insurance company so your claim goes smoothly.
Just the way.
Love the way your car looks. Bring it to Villa Auto Body and Collision Repair and let our family take care of your family. Nicely done, son.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
Excuse me. More Franks for less Benjamins.
Grocery outlet, bargain market.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country, book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn. Orange Theory Fitness in the slow public market is the smartest workout for more results. It only takes a minute inside our studio to understand it's not a competition, it's a community. Together, we're working toward a better version of ourselves to live a longer, more vibrant life. Orange Theory Fitness. Sign up the next time you stop by the slow public market. Proud supporters of Mission Prep Football.
Experience car buying made easy at Sunset Honda.
Like Sunset Honda's MPG upgrade with huge savings on fuel-efficient vehicles.
Right now, take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months on select new Hondas.
Or lease a new fuel-efficient Honda Accord for just $289 a month.
Plus, get a $25 gas card just for taking a test drive.
Sunset Honda makes trading in your vehicle easy too by giving you $1,000 over Blue Book on your trade-in.
Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
Welcome back to the halftime show. It's presented by Sunset Honda. Hondas are fun cars to drive. I have one. Stephen has one. We recommend you to check them out. I'm not going to tell you to buy one because I can't tell you what to do. But definitely.
No, I'll tell you to buy one. Go do it.
Go buy one.
Go, tell them Prep Sports Network sent you to go buy a Honda. At very least, at Sunset Honda. Let them know we sent you along. That's how our advertise. Look, this entire thing is boosted by advertiser money. They need to know that where you got sent from. I mean, we pass our names along.
Where car buying is made easy.
Yeah, there you go.
And halftime adjustments presented by Orange Theory Fitness. They're located in the Slow Public Market, so check them out as well. And can we talk about any halftime adjustments the Royals need to do here as they are up 21-7, looking to get into the semifinals of Division III action?
Well, it's chilly and getting chillier. They're going to have to find a way to get the run game going. It's been all right. That first drive was full run setups and got all the way into the end zone. However, that's drying up. They need to get more physical at the point of attack, open up those lanes. Especially you look, RJ Esmond, he's going to be going to Nevada next year. He's got to play like a member of the Wolfpack. He's got to get going and really move that line forward. You don't want to put all of the weight on one guy. The offensive line's a legion. If one thing cracks, the entire thing falls apart. It's a phalanx in that way. But, he's got that mantle on him. He's the senior leader there, and he's going to be rewarded for his hard work. He's got to bring the rest of them with him. So that's what they've got to do on offense. On defense, they've got to be ready to come out here and have a marathon game because AG is going to try and get as many plays going as they can. They run an up-tempo offense that's down. So you're going to see them try and get plays in, take shots at the end zone, try and get something to crack. And the more times they run the ball, more times they get a play in, the more chances they're going to have to score. So expect the AG offense to come out swinging. Defense has got to be ready and have something in the tank ready to go for it and rise to that challenge.
Once again, our adjustments presented by Orange Theory Fitness, located in the Slow Public Market. This is the Sunset Honda halftime show. And in case you're all wondering about this ladder of death I spoke about, the ladder into the press box tried to kill me last week. I'm exaggerating drastically.
And you're putting a lot of motive on a ladder that I think is indifferent to whether we live or die at best.
Yes. I fell off the ladder here at the press box. Granted, it's not the old ladder that would have been a 15-foot drop. I only fell about 3 feet into the stands. I heard I bounced pretty good. I'm okay. I think my ego is hurt more than anything.
That's the thing that's the most embarrassing as you get older is when people stop laughing when you fall down is when you know you're an adult, right? Like when it's like, oh my God, you're like,
are you okay?
Are you okay? Like the last time I fell in front of some people, it was like the most debilitating thing. And it's like, look, this is just. Look, I'm resilient. I've got a lot of around me. If you see me fall, please laugh at me. Is basically the point of this. Like, I will not hold it against you. It will make me feel young again.
My first thought, because I didn't knock myself out or anything, so I was conscious the whole time, right? And then all of a sudden, I had like 15 people standing around me going, "Let's get you up," and I'm going, let me contemplate my life for a second and how I ended up here.
You know what the worst part about that was? Is I was right there. I was trying to help you out, and all of these people walked past me like I wasn't doing anything. Because you told me, like, hey, just give me a second. So I'm giving you a second, giving you the room. And they're all looking at me like, you did this. It's like, what? No. You told me to back off. You're fine. We're happy you're fine. Happy you're back here. We'll make sure the stands are completely clear for the next descent.
No, I think we just call the fire department out. We'll get them to bring the jump bag out, and I'll just see if I can do it.
We got a truck with a ladder here in Slow. We'll be fine.
No, I wanted to see how if I can do it a swanton bomb.
We'll just get an announcer's table. We'll give you the full thing.
I'm practicing for my WWE tryouts.
Yeah, we're just
and obviously ladder matches aren't my thing, so we gotta move on to maybe high flying wrist dives and table matches.
We just go through the full TLC. We gotta get. We said ladders aren't the thing. We're gonna check tables and chairs next.
Okay.
We'll drop a announcer's table down there and get you through it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You'll be a Buffalo Bills fan in no time.
So we are good to go. It just makes for an interesting story, you know. Yeah. So,
speaking of interesting storylines, let's take a quick look around the Central Coast. Pioneer Valley, 6-hour bus trip to Bishop Union on the far side of the Sierra Nevadas. I got to tell you, back when Mission Prep was in D6, back when they were playing Orosi, that was the game we were looking to avoid. Right now, Pioneer Valley leads Bishop Union 9-7. We think it's cold here. They're below 40 out there here tonight. So they lead at 9-7, getting close to the end of the game there. Just a few minutes left. Thank you, Ben Alberry, for the update on Twitter. Morro Bay playing Dos Palos at Dos Palos, a West Valley team. They trail right now 7-14. That's at halftime. St. Joseph in Bakersfield playing Liberty in Division I playoffs, looking for the big prize, but they've got a long way to go. They're approaching halftime. They trail Liberty 35-6. Major deficit there. Templeton playing Cochrane or Corcoran, depending on who you are and how much you want to really put an emphasis on the wrong syllable. They trail 14-7. Templeton at home, they're just at halftime there, so that's going to be an interesting one. Also at halftime, Madera South at Atascadero. Atascadero, the number 2 seed in that D5 bracket. They currently lead 18-8. If Pioneer Valley was able to take out Bishop Union, Atascadero would host throughout the rest of their bracket, however long that lasts.
that sounds like a fun matchup, and we got a team that's going to host throughout their bracket as long as they're going to last, and that is your Mission Prep Royals, who currently lead the number 9 seed Arroyo Grande Eagles 21-7 here in this matchup, only allowing 1 touchdown to the Eagles. Quarterback Drake Minsamore with his 1-yard carry for his 4th touchdown of the year. Other than that, we've seen the Royals pretty much control a lot of the action in this one. Luke Terry with a defensive interception. Well, really, that's kind of the only way you get an interception, I guess, is defensively.
Yeah, unless like you caught someone going out of the parking lot. Like, hey, don't do that. You still got a gameplay. Intercepted him.
Intercepted him.
Police cruiser.
Yeah,
do a ride along. Another way to get an interception without playing defense. Got to think outside the box sometimes.
Sometimes you got to think outside the box, and the box better be a big one because I'm a mime. As the coaches make their way back to the press box, we got 24 minutes to decide a winner here.
And that's the big thing here. You know, you can sit there and say, all right, this is a game they've already played before, and the Royals are up, and the Eagles may as well just pack it in. You know, there's a championship poster at Firestone down the road here, and you know who's on that? The 2001 the San Luis Obispo Tigers. They trailed Dos Pueblos, a team they had played in the regular season, by 21 at halftime. And I tell you how they got that poster up on the wall. They found a way to dig it out and go get that win. Coach John Duran, a local legend in town, always tells a story about how he looked over into a banner in the crowd where it said, Dos Pueblos is happy to be here. And he looked around and said, well, we're not. We're here to take care of business and get this done. This is a well-coached team with Arroyo Grande. They're a team that's done very well despite seeing their enrollment slump due to the opening of Napomo all those years ago. They've still competed at the top levels among all the other schools. It's through a lot of determination, grit, and practice, and we're going to see that on display here. I expect Arroyo Grande put up a real fight going into this second half.
Do we have the score of the Kerman-Kennedy game? That is the matchup of the school. The winner of this game will face in the semifinals, and Stephen's going to go look for that one. That is a great question. We appreciate that one.
This may shock you. I don't follow a lot of people from Kerman on Twitter. Granted, I should because Montana State's backup quarterback's actually a Kerman grad. Went to the University of Wyoming before going to Montana State. They play Cal Poly this Saturday night, 5 p.m. Be on the air with Zachary Anderson-Yoxheimer at 4:30 for our pregame. Pulling that up. This is all just padding. Right now, that game.
Yeah. Keep going.
Kerman leads 19-0. Kerman, of course, the team that took San Ynez out of the playoffs. So that is a ferocious foe. not the way that you'd want it to break if you're a Royals or Eagles fan. Kerman's quite a strong player in the bracket. So right now, their defense looking to get another shutout as San Ynez struggled against Kerman last week. San Ynez, of course, one of the best offenses throughout the year, had probably the best wide receiver on the coast in Dalton Beard and Luke Gildred, and they really struggled to score in that game. So Kerman, ferocious on defense, really going to be a tough draw for whoever gets them next.
I'm going to have to say, this is probably one of the best vibe crowds we've had all season, Stephen.
Yeah, just good vibes. Everyone seems to be really happy to be here. Of course, the AG side packed out, Mission side packed out, the berm filled and bumping. Even though it's a chilly night, people are having a good time.
They should build a dome here so we have heat.
I like the idea of having the only domed stadium maybe west of the Sierra Nevadas. I don't know another team that plays indoor football. Of course, Cal Poly played in the Dakota Dome. They played in the Pocatello Dome, and they played in the Walk-Up Sky Dome in Flagstaff, Arizona. So I've seen quite a bit of domed football this year working with the Cal Poly Mustangs.
And the Royals receiving this kickoff after delivering the opening kickoff.
Sorry, I'm just back on dome thinking because I don't even think any of the Sierra Nevada teams have it. But yes, Royals going to receive the ball.
I sent Stephen down the rabbit hole, and we got 24 minutes to go.
If you ever want to know what the conversations between the broadcast team and Eric Burdick are on the plane rides, how much we get into deep thoughts, it's a lot of like, hey, what is the highest elevation stadium? What domes are there on the West Coast? What dome is the oldest dome? Of course, the oldest dome is the Walk-Up Sky Dome by total age, but Pocatello Dome, if you go by when it was originally made, but it's been renovated since. Kibbe Dome came after the Walk-Up Sky Dome. Anyway.
Okay.
I can tell you all about domes, man. And that's right off the dome, too.
And the return by Jaden Nozil. Finds the seam, breaks one tackle, breaks two, ball comes loose. And the officials run in to stop play. The Eagles are saying they come up with it. And the officials agree with them. And the Eagles come to life, and this once happy sideline that I spoke about turned somber all of a sudden.
Clear recovery by Tristan Coates there of the Arroyo Grande Eagles. Gets it and shrimps away from the pile. A real smart move because those piles are not something you want to be in the middle of. Possession changes around. Things get violent, so smart move to make a small little hip escape away and make sure he's got that clear recovery. There's no review in football, so that whistle wasn't blown. It's your ball.
Three-man front on the defense for the Royals. Hands off to Hurley from Missamore, that is. And the short gain by Hurley, he gets him to the 47-yard line.
I'd expect a shot downfield to happen for the Eagles here. Normally when you're coming off a turnover, we want to use that momentum as quickly as possible. The defense has to be aware and play a little bit further off.
The handoff to Capucho. As I know I've ruined another name here tonight.
Capucho with just the sweep, and he's been involved in special teams a little bit. Hasn't had a lot of offense standard down play, but here gets that sweep, gets the outside, makes it a 3rd and medium, and this seems to be the chance where they're going to try and go downfield, but we'll see. It's a been a dynamic offense so far.
Koa Capucho with the carry. Clark in motion. Missamore steps back, fires up the arm, keeps it himself as he pulls it back in, and he rolls up the field, back and forth, weaving, running more side to side than he is downfield at this point, but gains enough for the first down as the Eagles move deep into Royals territory.
You might be wondering why they'd motion a wide receiver to the left and then only look to the right. They're trying to adjust the strength of the defensive backs and see if they could rotate the coverage to the side. That didn't happen, and he had to tuck and run.
Hurley, he once again trying to break his way through the line. but quickly gobbled up. Finishing it off for the Royals is Mario Loera.
Initiating contact there. Connor Lopez in on the tackle as well. He's been a big part of this defense all night tonight. I've been enjoying watching him.
Quick fire pass. Overthrows the target of Kupcho.
Yeah, quick little double slant play here on the near side. Trying to use that extra space, having the ball on the right side of the field gives them by throwing over to the left side. That makes it tougher for the linebackers to get their hands on the ball when it's a slant route like that. Unfortunately, ball just a little high and fast for the wide receiver.
Hurley in the backfield is missing more. Hands it off on the delay. Finds some room, and that is Connor Lopez in on the tackle. But not before Hurley, he gets the first down for the Eagles. And they're down in the red zone now. And this offense is picking up for Coach Hartman. Missing more fires. Diving, incomplete pass to Kopcha.
Gotcha, but still, quick speed out. Those are tough routes to catch. You're, as a quarterback, trying to deliver the ball to the far side number on the jersey, and that's just a very small window when it's 20 yards away from you. It's a tough throw, so just doesn't connect there.
Once again, the shotgun snap. Fires over the middle into the end zone, off of the upright. And Kopcho, the intended target once again. Correction. Damian Santos was the target.
They're using the slot receivers a lot. For most of the first half, they were in a stacked formation. There was no slot receiver. You had a split out wide receiver on the line, guy standing directly behind him. Now they're using the wide receivers a little bit more in their slot position. They're going to have the wide receivers standing on the hash marks rather than just outside the numbers.
Two receivers each side. Kopcho in motion. Missamore keeps the handoff and slips. And the sportsmanship of the Royals helping him back to his feet.
While it wasn't an official deliberate slide, it would have been counted as a slide from the eyes of the referee. So any contact there illegal, but Isaac Townsend going to be credited with the tackle for loss. And here we're going to see Josue Lopez Ramirez trying to take a long kick here. We talked about how strong his leg was earlier in this game. Skibby puts it to the test. This is a 40-yard field goal. This is a big deal in high school.
40-yard attempt, and he was warming up at halftime doing the air kicks. From the right hash mark, boot to the leather. Comes up short.
Just wide left. It looked like it had the distance, though, and it tumbled predictably through the air, which is another thing you want to see from a kicker, because that just means you just have to adjust your aim a little bit. That would have been far enough. Still a very impressive kick for a high school kicker.
Very well kicked, plus it's a cold night. Maybe not quite warm enough. Your leg muscles get a little tense. Let's not take any away. That was a great effort from the kicker tonight, Lopez Ramirez. And I want to touch base real quick. You mentioned that Kerman beat up San Ynez in the first round. That score was 49-3. Kerman, the number 5 seed, knocked out San Ynez, the number 12 seed, to get to the second round. And Colby White working from the shotgun. Low snap, hands off to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan trying to get the freight train running before he's tripped up by Kopcho.
There you go, yeah. One of the benefits that either of these teams should have moving forward is that knowledge from Josh McClurg and company at San Ynez. These guys are all real close, as much as you want to say, like, oh, these coaches hate each other and they spit in each other's coffee when they see each other at Denny's. No, they're really close together. So they're going to have that ability to share knowledge, what they saw at Kerman, how they can try and fix what they didn't do right.
High snap goes directly from White to Harrigan. Not the way that one was played out.
Jace Zavala already in the backfield there while that ball was snapped high. So I'm not sure the snap made that big of a difference as nose tackle Jace Zavala just piercing through that offensive line and getting to the quarterback before there's a chance that'd be a play made. Partially due to the high snap, but also Zavala very quick up front.
Two tight ends set for the Royals. Howard to the right, Garrett to the left. Harrigan in the backfield with Kobe White. The clap, the snap. Looking for his target on the near side. Howard can't find the ball in time. Sells just over his hands. And the intended target was on coverage by Santos of the Eagles.
Damian Santos, one of those defensive backs with 3 interceptions on the year for the Eagles. He's a tough guy to throw against, but you got to go against someone on this defense. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, 2 corners and 2 safeties, each with 3 interceptions each. It's tough to find a mismatch if you're a team trying to throw on the Arroyo Grande Eagles.
4th and 5, the punt unit's out. And Gage Chaney sells this one away at the 49-yard line of the Royals. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And Stephen, if we look at the other possible matchup, Kennedy for the winner of this game, they beat Highland in the first round 21-7, a number 4 seed beating a number 13 seed.
Yeah, Highland coming out of Bakersfield, the Highland Scots. They're a team that, kind of were just a bracket for, to be quite honest. I think they were really a better fit in D4 than D3. So I wouldn't read too much into the Kennedy matchup, but that Kerman matchup is going to be fearsome.
And we have a change in the backfield as Miss Moore looking for some coverage and gets hit in the backfield. The ball comes loose, and Coach Schuster saying it's his. The Royals come up with the ball was knocked loose before the pass was let go, and coming up with it is Kyle Hawk.
Kyle Hawk with some fantastic awareness. I thought that may have been an incomplete pass as his arm was moving forward as the ball came out under immense pressure. No whistle, though, and that's what's important there. The D-line getting smart, realizing there's no whistle, finding the ball, jumping on it before there's a chance for anything to happen. So Royals get the ball. They've got to flip the chains here, but Royals have the ball on some amazing awareness by just recognizing that wasn't an incomplete pass. It was a fumble. They jump on it. Royals ball.
The ball shifts 1 yard from the last play, now at the 48 from the 49. White under center with an I formation. He rolls out, checks his receivers, escapes the pocket from the pressure, going to keep it himself across the 50 to the 45. And chasing White down was Moses Diaz.
And that's just heads up by Colby White, looking downfield, recognizing that everyone on the line had already passed him in that pocket. Pocket's dissolving, got to do something with it, so everyone's back behind you, go forward with it, gets the easy yards, and then just gets down.
2nd and 3 for the Royals. Ball spotted at the 45. Quick fire down the line. Tyler Garrett pulls it in, shakes his way outside the numbers. He's gaining enough for a Mountain Air first down, and he's inside the 35-yard line. Royals, first down.
I like the little hip movement there by Tyler Garrett. We don't see him do a lot of juking or driving, but he opened up his hips, made it seem like he's going outside, and then just slowly went back inside. It's something we see Cole Tanner do a lot of. And there we see Tyler Garrett doing a very similar move, making that first tackle miss and getting the extra yardage as a result.
Colby White working from under center. J.J. Howard, the near receiver. Tyler Garrett, the far receiver. Townsend, the fullback. Harrigan, the halfback. Fakes the handoff to Harrigan. Chase down. Pass complete. Knocked out by. Pass is incomplete. As White was chased down by Lucas Slaznak. Okay.
We're all right. Isaac Townsend had the ball in and out of his hands. Had a chance to make that reception to the point that if the referee had a worse view, you could probably say that that's a completed pass to a fumble, very close to being completed, and good awareness by Colby White while he's being sacked. We've seen that a couple times tonight, but the offensive line needs to give their quarterback a little bit more time as that play was developing well downfield.
Pressure by Solonek. White spins, hands it off to Harrigan on first down. On second down. And Harrigan gains 5 yards, third and 5, a much manageable third down, as you would like to say, Stephen.
Third and medium, yeah. And it's good to see Drew Harrigan going back to use. Coming into this game, had 173 carries through the 10 games of the season. So you're looking 17.3 carries per game. He's used to getting a lot of wear and tear, used to being used a lot. And as the game cools down a little bit, it's going to be the type of game where you need to keep him warm to keep these carries to be effective, especially when you want to milk the clock in the fourth quarter.
3rd and 5 for the Royals. White under center, whistle coming in. And a delay of game on the offense, just can't get the snap off in time.
And we've been seeing more of these delay games. I'm not sure if they're just tighter on the whistles than they normally are because there's an emphasis, or if Mission's having that much more problems getting the play call in, but these delay games have been harmful for Mission throughout the year. It's probably their most common penalty, which is unusual for most teams. Usually it's false start or holding.
5:10 on the clock and running, third quarter. White keeps it himself. Pressure, deep throwing pass. Almost pulled in by Luera. The Mario variety. Incomplete pass.
Tight coverage on the play there is Copcho just staying with the tight end, Mario Luera, as he went downfield, stayed in his hip pocket, and there may have been some contact, but it's two-way contact, and you're going to get that as you come away from the tight end position. It's a position where contact's expected, so no flag on the play, some solid coverage, and it's going to be a punt once again for the Royals. Second punt in a row after last punt was their first of the night.
Gage Cheney out to boot this one away. Pressure coming from the return team. And the Royals are going to let it settle before they touch it. And Aiden Dolan picks it up inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And they got a full field to cover. And they got 4:51 left in the third quarter.
Well, last time they were out on the field was a strip sack that led the Royals to gain the ball right back. Ball was recovered by Kyle Hawk, while the rest of the D-line was swallowing Missamore alive in the backfield. So Missamore is going to look to dodge the anaconda of a D-line right now and get this offense moving with that pace that really gets the Eagles going the best they can.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Clark with it on the sweep, and he gets across the 20 before he gets taken down. And that is going to be a 5-yard pickup for Clark, the freshman wide receiver on the sweep.
Second playoff game for that freshman wide receiver, and he's already looking like a polished vet. I expect big things about Caleb Clark.
And the ball comes loose once again on the carry from Ben Walls. And Ben Walls hit the defensive wall of the Royals, knocking the ball loose. And the Royals come up with it once again. Royals eyeing these turnovers. That is their 3rd turnover recovery of the night.
A little bit of a cooler night, and ball comes popping straight out as he reached for the extra yardage. I'm not sure if he knew where he was or where he needed to be for that first down, but wanted to get every bit of yardage he could, and ball just pops out as he does so. It's Cole Tanner scooping up that fumble and giving the Royals fantastic field position.
Harrigan in the backfield. Kobe White working from the shotgun. Receiver to each side. Fakes the handoff to Harrigan. Pass over to the middle to White, or to Howard. Howard gets his paws on it. Touchdown, Royals!
Wow, the single play drive's going to J.J. Howard. One from 41 yards out. This one's going to be from about 39 to 34. And this is just another strike. He was in double coverage, but a perfectly delivered ball by Colby White, and a reliable target like J.J. Howard can be hard to beat even when you've got two guys covering him. What a play by the seniors.
And that is the second touchdown pass from White to Howard tonight. 4:11 on the clock, and Max Hanchett gets the extra point up and good. And the lead has reached 28-21, 28-7, a 21-point lead for the Royals here. And that touchdown, every touchdown, brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located in beautiful Paso Robles. They'll help you with your mortgage needs to get you the right mortgage to meet your property needs. Well, Stephen, that is 28 unanswered points scored by the Royals after the Eagles opened this up with a score.
News coming out of Bishop on the far reaches of California. Pioneer Valley with the upset of #1 Bishop on the road. A huge deal for that school. Having to go 6 hours out and 6 hours back. Definitely a game you want to win. So that is big news for the Santa Maria Valleys. They're keeping one of their teams alive down in Division 5. And as you said, 28 unanswered points here, but something's got to be a little worrying for the Royals there. They took 3 bites at the apple before they were able to get that one in the end zone, as they had a punt on the drive before that, punt on the drive before that punt, and then they scored there. So the offense could use a little bit of help as they're sputtering here in the second half. Same goes for the Eagles, though, as they've not had a score since the first drive of the game.
And the Royals put this one on the ground, not allowing the kick return team to return this one, as the Tristan Coates falls on it. And we have some whistles out on the field, but
I believe that's honking behind us. I don't think that's whistles. I think that's some celebration coming in from the passersby leaving Farmers Market, as Farmers Market, one of the big things to do here in San Luis Obispo. But this offense has got to find its rhythm again. Haven't scored since the first drive. And
sorry, I was going to say, there's nothing more important right now than Royals football on a Thursday night in downtown SLO. They should have canceled Farmers Market as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
Farmers have next week. Hurley with the handoff, taking the handoff from Mizamore and gains a few yards before he hits the turf. Lopez in on the tackle.
Of course, we are playing on Thursday due to Veterans Day. A lot of veterans on staff here at Mission Prep, specifically Marines, and today is also the birthday of the Marine Corps. So there you go.
And Mizamore and Hurley look into the sidelines for any adjustments needing to be made. Hurley shifts, fakes the handoff. Copcho takes the reception, and short gain.
Another technical tackle for loss where the defender just ran by. Cole Tanner had a clear shot, and as you do the sportsmanship thing and run past him. Of course, once your knees are on the ground in high school, that's it. You're not allowed a chance to get going again.
And this field is a lot different of a field than the last time they met, thanks to this week's heavy rains we received. Last time the field was a lot drier. This time it's a lot wetter. There's more looking for it. Isaac Townsend with a radar, and it works. And Townsend chases him down, and there's a 5-yard gain for Mizamore. But Townsend was not going to let that radar get out of control. He's like, I got you.
Isaac Townsend just getting the bench press off on the tackle in front of him, pushed him back, and then stripped it by him and drove straight to the quarterback. What awareness by Isaac Townsend, and that's just pure preparation from the offseason there. Using the strength and the capabilities you get in the weight room and working out in the summer, put him to use against the tackle out in front of you in the playoffs.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. And Hurley throwing the ball on this one. And that's coming up incomplete. The home fans, the visiting fans thought it was complete. And that was a 4th down play.
Yeah, Hurley looking for Caleb Clark on the outside, and it looks like the pass was complete, and that's why the Eagles fans are so excited, but out of bounds. He just was on that far side boundary. We didn't have as good of a look at it as they did over there. And that's a tough call to make there on 4th down on a play where you're not expecting a passing play as they're in a kicking formation to be ready to make that call. But referee sees it, out of bounds, Royals ball.
1st and 10 from the Royals, starting in Eagles territory on the 40-yard line. Tyler Garrett, the single receiver on the set on the near side. Hands off to the back, the choo-choo train trying to get going. And not able to get much going on 1st down. As Hurley, he checks in for the defense. Checking out is Bowden Armstrong.
Zavala in on that tackle again. That defensive tackle taking on some of the biggest bodies of Mission Prep, but not too stocky himself. Not the typical nose tackle look you'd expect. He just plays very low, very slippery, and there gets another tackle on the night.
And checking in is Ronnie Kardashian as the back. His fullback is Townsend. And Kardashian drops it. And Hurley, he comes up with it. And Kardashian beating himself up. His brother checking in on him, saying, hey, we'll get it next time.
And a lot of Royals coming in to give him support. And, you know, he's a player that's coming up from JV, getting a look at playoff play, seeing what it's like to come up on varsity. And you'd love to see the support of the Royals coming around and supporting him. He's a freshman, probably in one of those areas of the throne potentially to be a running back going forward. Going to be taking in a lot of the other Kardashians and Kardashian adjacent people such as Dalton Strauss, the current Wyoming Cowboy.
Mr. Moore sends a man in motion. That man takes the ball. Butler on the run. And Butler gains about 4 yards on the carry. Correction, about 2 yards on the carry. Bringing up a 2nd and a short 8. We'll say 7. 2nd and 7.
Big spinning tackle there by Mario Loera to bring him to the ground before too much yardage.
Mr. Moore looking to throw this one. And tied up are the 11s. Santos and Howard with laundry on the field. Clock stopped at 49.3.
So this is going to be interesting if offensive or defensive pass interference. They ran into each other's tracks and pushed off of each other. Definitely pass interference. It's going to come against the Royals, and that's one of those splitting hairs. I'd personally keep the flag in my pocket, but that's why I'm not a referee. They're going to say that by cutting off that route, it was a deliberate play by J.J. Howard to change lanes and take away the ability for the wide receiver to catch the ball, and it's a good call. There was pass interference on that play.
That's a 1st and 10 for the Eagles now. And the handoff to Hurley, he weaving his way through the line of scrimmage, gaining enough to move this ball near the 1st down marker. Awaiting the official call to see if they move the sticks. A 9-yard pickup officially. 2nd and 1 for the Eagles now. Quick snap, pass down the line. Caleb Clark with the reception. He gains enough for an Eagles 1st down. 20 seconds remain in this quarter.
Caleb Clark's just got a fantastic agility, high-end speed. He's going to be a guy to keep an eye on going forward. I'm a big fan of what I'm seeing. I've been saying it all night, but I reinforce it every time I watch him.
Hand up to Hurley. He once again weaving his way, working his way forward. And we're under 5 seconds now to go here in the quarter.
I'll probably do it.
And that will do it. The end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Take the break to tell you about our friends at Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in San Luis Obispo. They're open daily, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Give them a call if you're hungry right now, 805-752-1333. Now, why is Gino's unique? Well, they're a classic neighborhood family pizzeria known for distinctive pizza crusts, farm-fresh products, premium quality ingredients, and friendly service. At Gino's Pizza, they believe that pizza is one of, if not the only, heartwarming, mood-soothing, create a party ambiance anywhere, anytime, comfort foods. Get down to Gino's Pizza on Monterey Street in downtown San Luis Obispo. And tell them the Royals sent you.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football on Prep Sports Network. We're going into the fourth quarter here in the quarterfinal game between AG and Mission Prep. It's going to be a quick handoff by the Eagles, running straight into the hands of Mario Luera along the line of scrimmage. Going to be a decent game before he's stopped there, as it looks like Hurley with the carry, bringing up 4th and short for the Eagles.
I almost tripped. I hate this press box.
Excuse me, it's going to be 3rd and short for the Eagles.
I hate the heights. Okay, here we go. Hand off to Clark on the sweep as the Eagles trying to get into the end zone. Gain enough for the first down. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Eagles at the 8-yard line. Appreciate you picking that one up, Stephen, for me.
Absolutely. It'll be 1st and goal here. Cole Tanner with a good tackle, but ended up giving a couple extra yards there to Hurley.
Hurley, once again, he's got the motor going. And he's in for the score. And the Eagles finally stop the bleeding and spread their wings and fly into the end zone for an 8-yard carry.
And Hurley, he has been playing well through the night, but much like the rest of his offense, he kind of lost his step 1 or 2 times throughout the 2nd and 3rd quarters and really cost the yardage that could have gotten them back in this game. It's going to make it a 14-point game, and that's much closer than the Royals would like with this up-tempo offense that the Eagles bring. Hurley tacking on a touchdown for the evening.
Up and good off the building. And that score makes it a 28-14, cutting the lead in a half now for the Royals, as the lead is technically kind of half, 28-14. I'm horrible at math.
Cuts it at 3rd. However, this is going to be an interesting interesting way to finish out here. Ask any Fresno State fan. You know, it only takes 14 seconds to put 14 points on the board if you do things correctly. Of course,
you had to mention Fresno State.
They're a good team.
So's San Jose State.
Well, Fresno State's head-to-head better, so I digress. Point is, when you've got a quarterback that can sling the ball like Missamore can, or say Jay Kaner can, there's a lot that can happen at the end of a game. So a lot of time left on the clock. The Eagles are not out of this one.
28-14 is our score. 11-13 in the 4th quarter.
No swing, no Ramirez to kick off for the Eagles. 15, Luke Terry, and our 20, Jaden Nozell.
And
return for the Royals.
Jaden Nozell and Luke Terry back to return. Royals shifting the lineup just a little bit. This one's going to be a squib kick, taken in by Terry on the near side. Breaks 1 tackle before he's upended. And Angulo is in on that stop, sending Terry into the air.
He landed on his hip, not the ideal situation. When you fall on the ground, maybe I should direct it. When you fall, you want to spread your weight out against most of the ground as you can. Anytime you learn break falls in judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, any sort of sport where you're throwing one another, they'll teach you. You want to spread out the weight as much as possible. And look like he just kind of fell directly on a hip, and that could be a little painful, but he's moving all right. Should be fine.
I thought you were supposed to just go limp.
It's one option. If you don't know what you're doing, it's safer than doing nothing, right?
Drew Harrigan in the backfield. White under center. Hands off to Harrigan. Harrigan looking for a seam up the left side. Taken down on the 40 number. Harrigan coming up a little limp.
Well, he was banged up a little bit at the end of that game against St. Joe, so this is one of those things that the bye week helped deal with. He's been playing well so far throughout this game and has not been relieved too much yet outside of one play to Ronnie Kardashian. Like I said, Cole Tanner in at running back now. Give Drew Harrigan a bit of a breather we'll keep an eye on him on the sideline as much as we can.
We have an update from Kerman now, 33-7 over Kennedy, under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We do appreciate your update. White fakes the handoff, looking to throw this one, directing traffic. And he throws it away. It's still in the pocket, avoiding taking the sack. But there is a flag and some laundry at the 29-yard line.
Waved off. They're already pointing at David Luera. David Luera is the tight end there on the left side of the line. So there was an eligible receiver he was targeting. The receiver was blocking someone, but he was eligible. So that's going to count as a not intentional grounding.
And the awareness on the field of your quarterback to know who's eligible and where to throw it in the midst of heavy pressure, not just one defensive lineman, but 3, possibly even 4 coming down your neck.
Well, and he's one of the reasons why he's a guy that's getting quieter looks. He's getting looks, just not as loudly as R.J. Esmond, who had, I think, every D1 team on the West Coast knocking down his door. He's getting plenty of looks, though.
White throws over the middle, pass complete to David Luera across the 50, down to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. And another update coming by way of Maurice Montoya. Liberty up 42-13 over St. Joe, under 30 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup there for St. Joe. D1 was always going to be a tough call. Tough call there was also 4 verts. Anyone who's played NFL Blitz recognized that. David Luera getting that catch and the first down.
9:54 and going on the clock. Cole Tanner with the handoff. Breaks his way across the 40 to the 36-yard line. And that's going to be second down and 6 for the Royals.
And it looks like Drew Harrigan's moving around just a little bit, cramping up, something like that. He's moving his legs in a way that indicates it's just something muscular, maybe a little bit overworked. So it's going to be tough seeing him come back. Hopefully he gets a chance to come back in and finish out the night. But Cole Tanner, capable running back in his own right, has done quite a good job for the Royals here since he's come in from the transfer.
White looking to throw out to the right side. Pass complete to Howard. And Jamar Howard gets enough for the Mountain Air first down. And this fourth quarter brought to you by Milestone Tavern, the official post-game hangout of the Mission Prep Royals.
Yeah, good. Should be popping tonight. If you got the 3-day weekend, why not head over to Milestone Tavern after the game and hang out with some other Royals fans as J.J. Howard coming back out. And we talked about the various bumps and bruises that happened after that St. Joe game, things that have been carried in through the season. That bye week helped out Mission Prep a lot, but they're starting to feel it here at the end of the game.
First and 10 for the Royals. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Cole Tanner with the handoff once again from Colby White. And a short gain for Tanner. And that is a 4-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Royals as we're under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
And for the Royals right now, they're looking to move the chains as much as they're looking to score. Another score would put them in very comfortable position to finish this game out, but keeping that clock moving, keeping the ball in their hands, as long as you have it, there's not a lot the Eagles can do to strike back against you and get back in this game.
Working from a pistol formation, receiver to each side, 2 tight ends on the set. Tanner takes the handoff, trips up at the line of scrimmage on his own 2 feet, but then gains a couple more yards for the Royals as we see third down now.
They're going to be lightening up the formation here. Entering the game, Luke Terry, exiting is going to be Aiden Dolan. So not so much lightening in the formation as much as changing up who they have at wide receiver. Maybe they see a matchup that they think would be more appropriate for Terry than Dolan on the outside.
Ball inside the 25-yard line, spotted at the 23. 3rd and 4 for the Royals. Colby White looking to throw, getting some coverage from Cole Tanner. And that pass falls incomplete to Tyler Garrett. And Cole Tanner did a good job getting a block on the big man, Adam White.
Well, we'll see. There is some laundry on the field. I think this is going to be an illegal block against the Royals, either a hold or a block below the waist. We'll see what they call here in just a moment. I keep saying as if we're going to go to a referee, Mike, but a signal would be nice.
Yeah, we still don't have the wait. Oh, he's like, oh, yeah, I got
There you go. It's going to be a hold against the Royals. Going to still be third down, but like I said, the ball's still in their hands. They're probably okay with this. I could see them going for a screen, something just south of the sticks to make sure that the clock keeps running and they keep possession here. They don't want to try and chuck it down and get the play all down in once right now, because the interception will give the Eagles a lot of momentum here late in the game.
So third down and a good mile to go. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. White looking to throw this one. Getting some pressure on the backside. Directing receivers. Decides to take off with it. And he's gaining some good yardage. Comes up just short of the original first down.
The Eagles are creating a lot of chaos despite not sending in a lot of attackers. A lot of it has to do with the guys like big old number 29 up front, Jay Zavala. Name just slipping me there, but he's a small target that's creating a lot of pass rush. It's actually tougher to block him from the looks of it, because normally you're dealing with someone that's 6'4", 200 and something pounds, eats 20 eggs for breakfast every day, and then follows it with an entire slab of bacon. No, this guy's smaller and getting the job done, and that's what's important. It's not important your size. It's what you do with it.
Fourth down and 15 for the Royals. White looking to throw this one once again. Sends it Sell. Ends up in the hands of Tyler Garrett, off the hands of David Loera. And down inside the 5. That's going to be a Mountain Air first down. And here's a scoring update from the other side of our bracket. The number 11 seed Sunnyside up 27-21 over the number 3 seed Tehachapi into the third quarter.
So tip ball drill there against Tyler Garrett, the big first down by the goal line. Huge pickup for the Royals there. And keeping an eye out is one of the big things that the Royals have done. They've been picking up the loose fumbles. They've been moving the ball well on the ground. They're just doing a good job finding all the spots where they can find a small advantage, and those have been turning into big advantages.
We have a timeout on the field as the tri-tip sandwiches have been delivered to the press box. We'll take the timeout with them.
The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Prep Sports Network. 6:42 on the clock. 14 points decides the winner here right now, as the Royals are up by 14 over the Eagles in this CIF Central Section Division 3 quarterfinal matchup, or second round, depending on how you look at it.
Well, good news for J.J. Howard right now. He got to look at it from a couple different sources. Got some good looks at his hand is what brought him out of the game. But he's catching passes on the sideline right now. Looks like it's pretty painless. So could be seeing him re-enter the game here momentarily.
First and goal from the 3 for the Royals. Hand off to Tanner. And Tanner punches it in. And Cole Tanner into the end zone for his 6th touchdown of the year.
Still standing at the end of the play. Cole Tanner didn't need to dive, wasn't taken down, and I think he's ready to keep running if there was any more to go, but instead just stomps his feet in the end zone. Touchdown for the running back that has not been used very much here tonight. It's been largely Drew Harrigan who was pulled out of that drive earlier on, but Cole Tanner showing still worthy of a finishing out and does a great job there, picking up the touchdown that could ice it.
And Max Hanchett in to kick the extra point. And the boot to the leather. And the pigskin through the upright. And the lead at this point is secure, 35-14. As we got a cheerleader pyramid going underway. They're excited, we're excited. Because it looks like we're going to be on home next week here in downtown San Luis Obispo for a semifinal matchup.
And it's going to be a tough semifinal if it's Kerman, and it looks increasingly like it is. You're looking at a stout defense, one that's hard to move the ball against. So it's going to be up to the Royals. A lot of times teams aren't ready for that heavy run-first offense here at the high school ranks. Most of the heavy running-type teams are doing the, option kind of RPO type of stuff that you see largely at, we saw it against Paso. We saw it a little bit against, Morro Bay runs that. A lot of different teams run that kind of lighter style system. Not so much the fullback in formation, double tight end look that you see from Mission Prep. So haven't had a real chance to scout Kerman yet, but I'm looking forward to taking a look at what they have, as Lions are one of those tough West Valley teams that they get guys in and suddenly they're a ferocious force.
I want to give a shout out to Pag Meter, him and his crew working all night, retweeting scores, getting them out there for everybody.
Well, the Eagles getting the ball back here and looking to try and make some big things happen with it. We saw the last time they had the ball, they punched it in for a touchdown. Hurley has been getting better as the game goes on. Have another chance here in a moment.
And they're not going to allow a good return as Copcho picks this one up after letting it go by him. I'm not sure what the reasoning was. It's not a punt. It's a live ball.
Well, the upbacks are not there to return the ball. They're there to block. They're there to make sure that there's no onside. And so he was hoping that if the ball got into Copcho's hands, he'd have a chance to make a big play happen. But by the time the ball arrived, so did the kickoff cover. And he didn't have many options. Just ended up going backwards.
And Maurice Montoya coming in solid. Mission Oak down 17-20 over Independence. That's the other matchup here in Division III. And out around the left side is Hurley. That was Clark. Caleb Clark with the carry. And Caleb Clark quickly gets back into position on the opposite side of the field. And then on the coverage is Luke Walker. Pass out to the far side on the turf. They're going to say Cupcho caught that. Koa Cupcho caught that, and that moves the sticks for the Eagles.
And he just dropped his body down. I thought it may have skipped in, but clearly a catch.
We're halfway through the fourth quarter now. Shovel pass. First time tonight we've seen that.
Mr. Moore was just trying to get the ball out of his hands. He's in the process of being tackled, got his arm free, had it actually, in fact, I think in his left hand based on where his body was, and just flung it forward towards his running back to ensure that he didn't get sacked in the backfield. Good pressure by the Mission Prep defense despite only rushing 3 or 4.
Mr. Moore in the backfield working from the shotgun. Copcho working in motion for him. Santos, the intended receiver. And Santos not happy with the results of that pass as it was in the ground before he can get to it, laying out for the reception.
Well, Santos getting a little frustrated, and rightly so. This is likely his last game as an Arroyo Grande Eagle. Senior who's been a captain of the team, has a lot of passion, and clearly this game is not going the way he wants it. Mr. Moore drops back, delayed handoff to Hurley. He's going to go up the middle and end up meeting Mario Luera from the looks of it, right around the line of scrimmage. Is David Luera, who ended up making the tackle after a short gain. Going to bring it 4th down, and that's going to bring on the punt unit.
And stepping back to receive this punt is going to be Cole Tanner.
Cole Tanner already has returned a punt for a touchdown earlier this year, so he's a dangerous returner. Be interesting to see where Josue Ramirez sends this one.
Nice punt. Takes a high bounce out of bounds. And it's going to be Royals' ball inside the 40-yard line.
Well, and they've got a 5-minute drill. It's the less popular version than the 2-minute drill. Everyone knows the 2-minute drill. You want to conserve time, go down the field and score with as little time as possible. 5-minute drill, exact opposite. You want to chew the clock as much as possible. Drive the ball down, draw it as much as you can. If you get a few first downs, that should be enough to end this game if you keep the ball on the ground. So it's a big test for the O-line and the running backs right now. But if they're able to keep this ball in their hands, this could spell the end of the game, but it's a big ask. We've seen how the Eagles can throw the ball through the air. If they turn this ball over, it's not over. It's not finished yet. There's still a lot of game to be played. It's going to start with this O-line right now.
35-14 is our score. 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go. As Ronnie Kardashian back into the game, he slips up as he takes the handoff. Short loss. R.J. Esmond not happy with the way that play turned out. He might have let his assignment slip by him, shall we say.
Well, Tanner Kraezma came into the backfield and made that tackle happen on Ronnie Kardashian. As Kardashian going to come back, get recoached up, still a freshman, getting those individual teaching moments in this playoff game. Kraezma, though, one of those big players on the defense. Surprised we haven't called his name more, to be quite honest, as he's a 3 INT member of this defense, has caused tackles for loss. He's a strong member.
And Tanner works his way forward across the 40.
Cole Tanner getting a short gain. Of course, he's got that touchdown already in this game, but I believe this is a timeout here. Yeah, timeout for Arroyo Grande, but didn't quite get as much as he wanted. It's going to be 3rd and 7 when we return from the timeout.
3rd and 7. Our score 35-14. 4:20 remains here at Mission Prep.
Do you want to eat where the Royals eat? Well, just because the game finishes doesn't mean there's no 5th quarter spot. And for us, it's Milestone Tavern, proud sponsor of Mission Prep High School football, located right off of Foothill with all the TVs, all the fresh drinks, and fantastic food specials every single night. Milestone Tavern is open every day and the favorite spot for our Mission Prep Royals. Milestone Tavern, go check them out.
Stephen, you know what I can't stop?
What can't you stop, Brian?
This feeling deep inside of me that we got a win coming on.
Well, one team's definitely going to win here, and good news for us, it looks like Mission Prep is they're the ones that we're here to broadcast for.
I mean, I'm employed for one more week in November.
Yeah, there we go. Mission Prep going to be looking to continue this drive, to continue their postseason. However, it's a long 3rd down they got to pick up here, and a big ask to get it. So we'll likely see the ball in the Eagles' hands at least one more time this evening.
Our score 35-14, 4:20 on the clock is 3rd and 7 for the Royals. Under center, Kobe White, delayed handoff to Cole Tanner. Shakes one tackle, does not shake the follow through. And Tanner taken down in the backfield by 3 Arroyo Grande Eagles.
And immediate timeout called by Mike Hartman and crew. They're conservative as much of this clock as possible. Only 8 seconds off that play.
Immediate timeout. We'll take it with them. We don't get those very often. We'll return in just moments.
As the road you travel changes, so can your insurance needs. Talking with Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White can help you assess whether you're ready for the journey ahead. Call Farmers Agent Jennifer White today at 805-592-1272. That's Jennifer White at 805-592-1272.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We are live from downtown San Luis Obispo, braving the cold weather to bring you this CIF Central Section Division 3 second round matchup between the Eagles of Arroyo Grande and your Mission Prep Royals. 4:12 on the clock Our score is 35-14, and the winner goes on to face Kerman next week. If it's the Royals, which it heavily favors right now as the punt unit's out, and the kick is away, and the Eagles are going to try to return this one. Caleb Clark changing opposite directions with a flag coming out at the 45-yard line, and Clark taken down at the mid-stripe. As I was saying, if the score remains the way it is, we'll be right here next week, downtown San Luis Obispo, with your Mission Prep Royals on PrepSportsNetworks.com. Flag on the return team. The return team on that punt unit. Holding's the call.
Looks like a targeting call, actually, and that's a 15-yarder.
Okay.
Personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact. This one's going to come back. Looked like it's happening during the block on the return. So will be Eagles ball, but it'll be back at the 30. And, yeah, it'll be about a week and a day, because today is Thursday. I still got to work on Veterans Day, so I don't even get the 3-day weekend in between. But good, long week of prep, and Mission Prep's going to need it. Kerman's a fierce team this year, and it's going to be a real big matchup.
Missamore throws out to Clark. And the scrum pushes forward, coming up short of the first down. It's going to be second down for the Eagles as the clock continues to run. The Eagles with only one timeout left in this contest. The Royals with 2. And the ball spotted at the 38-yard line. And we have an injury on the field, so we're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be right back. Mission Prep football continues.
Located off Highway 101, just minutes from downtown San Luis Obispo, Pismo Beach, and Central Coast Wine Country. Book your next Central Coast stay at Madonna Inn. With 110 unique guest rooms, on-site restaurants, bars, bakery, shopping, hiking, biking, and day spa, Madonna Inn is your travel destination dream. Let's go Mission Prep. Let's stay at Madonna Inn.
I want to sing this song, but I'm a horrible singer, so I'm just going to save you your ears. And let's get back to football. 3:30 on the clock, and the clock is running in favor of the Royals right now. Missamore takes the shotgun snap, hands off to his back. Hurley weaves his way forward for the first down and gets out to the 49-yard line. A big pickup for Hurley on second down, as the Eagles are trying to make waves here, spread their wings and fly.
Of course, Adam White was the injured Eagle in that the play before last, so we're keeping an eye on him. He seemed to be doing all right getting off the field, though.
Missamore looking to throw, pressure coming. Hawking on that one, chasing him down, and Missamore keeping it for himself this time. And Elmrick gets him out of bounds, and it's a 4-yard pickup for the quarterback.
Now, you might wonder why I'm so big on saying, hey, AG can still come back in this one. It's a 21-point game. A lot of people might be saying I'm being overly cautious, but while I was at Hancock, had a game where the coaches packed up, started heading to the sideline. As they were packing up, Bakersfield scored a touchdown, walked down the sideline, Bakersfield scored a touchdown. By the time they actually got back down to the field, it is a tie game. So anything can happen.
Pass over the middle, complete from Missamore. And Ben Walls with the completion. Coming up a yard short of the first down. It's going to be third down now for the Eagles, 3rd and 1. Stacked receivers on each side. And Walls hit the wall. And that wall was Connor Lopez. But Ben Walls gets enough for that first down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. We're under 2.5 minutes to go now here in the game. Second round action of the CIF Central Section Division 3 playoffs. And that pass incomplete. And Kardashian in on the coverage. And the intended target was Brandon Butler.
The Royals are using what's called a quarters defense, which means each one of your 4 defensive backs has a strip of land that they're not allowed anyone behind them. That play was a post corner, so they tried to draw the safety out towards the boundary and then cut back inside. Kardashian just in a good position to make sure that that didn't happen.
2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Lopez on the pressure, pass complete to Walls. Walls gets across the 30 for the first down and is pushed out of bounds. We're waiting the official call, see if he goes out of bounds or they're running the clock as they move the chain, set the ball. They take him out of bounds, so the clock stops for the Eagles. 2:04. Starts at the snap of the ball. Missamore looking to throw this one. Getting pressure from Lucas Elmerick. And a short gain for Missamore. Stopping the clock at 1:56.
Missamore doing just a great job recognizing that if he's not going to have a clear passing lane, that he should just run the ball, get out of bounds, and conserve that clock. There's no sense in waiting, trying to improvise a play. Just get to the next play and take a next shot.
Well, what I thought was a 1-yard gain was a 1-yard loss for Missamore. Deep pass. 2 Royals on the coverage. And Nozell with the interception in the end zone. That's a touchback. It's going to be Royals ball with 1:48. And I think at this time, everybody in this general area can lose their mind.
Well, I consider AG part of our neighborhood, so I won't get too excited about it. But Arroyo Grande, let me introduce you to our Royal ball hawk here, Jaden Nozell, going up, getting that interception. He's been a fantastic defensive back all year long. Here getting a game-sealing interception potentially. All they got to do is run a 1:48 off this clock. AG still has 1 timeout left, so they need to get 1 first down. But after that, should just be able to take the victory formation and run this one out. I wouldn't be surprised either if Arroyo Grande just doesn't take the timeout and says, hey, we had a good season and pack it in. I mean, AG has been a fantastic team all year long. This is a senior class that's had a lot of ups and downs, including splitting a Mountain League championship last year. A lot of respect for the AG Eagles.
And the handoff to Townsend to get the ball, to get the clock rolling. And it's a 2-yard gain for Townsend, who comes to the sideline.
So right now,
and we're under 1:30 to go.
It's going to be Champ Morrissey entering for the Royals. Right now, the Royals just looking for their most sure-handed person in the back. They want to make sure they don't fumble the ball here. They want to push it forward, get as close to moving the chains as possible. Each second they take off is another chance that the Eagles aren't going to be able to use when they get the ball back, should they get the ball back.
Approaching the 1-minute mark now here in the final frame as we take the knee. Less than a minute to go now. So we're going to see one more play.
That clock stopped right now. Why? There's the wine signal. I don't know why there was a stop at all, but we've had issues with this scoreboard. I'm not saying there's any malfeasance.
They moved the ball back 1 yard. It was a 2-yard gain, and they pushed it back 1 yard officially. So waiting for the ball to drop under the time edge here. And stay tuned for our post-game show sponsored by CB Chevrolet. And we'll wrap this thing up, let you know next week what's going on with the Royals. Stay tuned. Post-game show right around the corner. We should probably wait for the clock to officially expire.
Well, they're lining up at midfield, and there's a lot of sportsmanship going between the teams. This is a tough ending for any team. You never know when your year's going to end for Joseph Omada. He's on the field right now being comforted by the Royals. A lot of good sportsmanship on both sides in this game. This could have gotten ugly, and it didn't. So, first of all, happy about that. Disappointed that the Central Coast is going to lose one of their teams that had a chance to win a championship, as those are dwindling, as is the whole purpose of the playoffs. So a lot of respect for AG, but Mission Prep moving on.
So we'll be right back for the post-game show. Stay tuned.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep football. With 2 locations in SLO, Old San Luis Barbecue Company is the local spot to enjoy the best barbecue on the Central Coast. Check out their locations on Higuera and Broad, or order delivery with a third-party partner at Old San Luis Barbecue Company, proud supporters of Royals football. The team at CB Chevrolet would like to welcome you to the dealership in San Luis Obispo, where we're confident you'll find the vehicles you're looking for at a price you can afford. Come and check out our full selection of new Chevrolet vehicles or get a great deal on a reliable pre-owned model. No matter which vehicle you decide on, our professional finance team will help you get settled with a competitive financing or lease plan at CB Chevrolet in San Luis Obispo.
We got a winner here in downtown San Luis Obispo, and that is your Mission Prep Royals. Our final score, 35-14. Your Royals take the win over the 9-seed Arroyo Grande Eagles here in this CIF Central Section Division 3 second-round matchup. Thanks to the help of our fans all over the chat board. Mo, as he's officially modified his name for us. I do appreciate these people. Mo has allowed us to the update so we can continue our broadcast. And Kerman beat Kennedy 37-7. So that's where that's the team we'll face next week, is Kerman, right here in downtown San Luis Obispo, as the sportsmanship continues with the players meeting at, I would say midfield, but close to midfield, embracing each other. This was a hard-fought battle. Not only did they fight once, they fought twice this season, and the emotions wear on you in those type of battles, Stephen.
Well, you always go into a game expecting to win it, right? That's the whole idea. You're not braced. This isn't like a senior night where you have a whole speech ready, you've got your family around. This is it. This is the end of the year. This is all there is for football for some of these players. This is going to be the last time they strapped on pads. I mean, it's a tough way to end, especially in playoffs against a local team where, you know, this is your neighbors that you're seeing. These are people you're going to be interacting with potentially for the rest of your life. I know I still interact with some of the people in our area from when I was in high school, even though I've cut most of those ties to the best of my abilities. It's a tough way to go out. Nothing but respect for the Eagles. They've had a fantastic set of people in this class. I think we're going to see a lot of great members of our community come out of this AG Eagles class. But for the Royals, they're moving on. They're going to be facing the Kerman Lions, a team that has given up 10 points through 2 rounds of the playoffs. 7 this week, 3 last week. And that 3 should resonate pretty strongly for people familiar with Mountain League football. It was the San Ynez Pirates, an offensively charged team that was only able to score 3 against Kerman. It's going to be a very tough semifinal for the Royals, just as this was a tough quarterfinal against the AG Eagles.
And we're awaiting the Royals to greet their fans with their traditional post-game celebration, and here they come.
Well, as we get the post-game lineup with the Royals, Jacks, I gotta say, player of the game, David Luera.
Yeah, my vote's in.
Thinking. I mean, we're not doing any official envelope. It's playoffs. I gotta say, David Luera had a fantastic night. You wonder why the Eagles' rush defense or offense slowed down. Why, things were going the way they were on offense. Blocking by David Luera at the tight end position, catches at the tight end position, something he's not normally asked to do. Fantastic play at that linebacker position. David Luera, our player of the night.
Big game also from Kobe White and J.J. Howard on that passing connection as the student section joins in on the celebration on the mosh pit. And the Royal season continues right here on PrepSportsNetworks.com, the YouTube channel. Don't forget that hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate all our viewers all night long, coming and going and coming back. Get in the hot chocolate, get in the hot cup of joe. That's what we're going to go find out right now is where the closest cup of hot Joe is because we need to warm our paws up. And we'll be right back here next Friday as we return to normal programming on Prep Sports Network. Friday night, right here, 7 p.m. I'll be back. Stephen, you back with us?
I'll be back with us. I will say, as we've said, Thursday night we're doing this because it's Veterans Day. Take the time tomorrow, find a veteran in life, let them know what their service meant to you. That's the whole purpose of the day. That's why we're taking the day off. Of course, we're going to make sure that we name drop Gunny and Coach Schuster right here on staff. They've come out and given more to the community after their service, including their service earlier in their lives. It's been wonderful having them around us, and I'll be sure to text them that tomorrow.
And in honor